1, a 2, and you know what to do.
Everybody knows one racist in their life.
What's that?
It's a song. It's a fire song. Everybody knows a racist in their life.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the Dope Ass Podcast. This is our final episode for the season. Thank you so much for joining
Feeling
us today.
so weird because you guys are involved with the voice note.
We really have enjoyed you throughout this season, and we definitely will be back for a season 3. We just need a break from each other.
This is also true. I always have this feeling when I'm living my artist life during the week where I go, I'm lazy or I should be out. I'll be in Cape Town, for example, for work, and the sun is up on a Saturday. And I'm like, I will stay in my hotel room.
Yes.
And I feel bad because people who have jobs value sun on Saturday and Sunday.
so
Yes.
much.
And I'm like, no, okay, sure.
No, this sun happened on Tuesday.
Yes. So we forget that we've built the lives we want.
Yes.
And our lives include working 1 hour a day with each other.
Yes.
And more than that is too much. But I've worked hard to make my life that.
Yes.
That's why I go, no, I'm not crazy.
So please enjoy the next 1 hour that we are willing to do for this week.
That we're willing to do.
That we're willing to do for this week.
Yes, episode of Dope Ass Show with Loisa Madinga, Tats Gonzo, and Robbie Collins. This is it. We love you.
What's the one thing your parents really got pissed off with you as a kid? You know that thing, like in Karate Kid, which is always like, pick up your jacket. What's the
I used to do this thing, and I don't know why, where I'd stop in the middle of a room and just stand there thinking. My dad hated it. The one day he said, you're going to stand there the whole night until we all go to bed.
How did that habit turn into punishment?
I hated how I just stood around.
You used to walk and then just stop.
Just stop, and then I just stand there.
But would you think of something?
Yeah, I think I was just thinking, but then I think it's just rude to be. I think it's just a generally rude thing to just stand in a room of people.
I feel like your brain had to come up with an excuse for your dad because what?
It'd be fine if you still did it now, like walk into clubs. Stop.
I want people standing.
And just, no, but do nothing. No drink, fuck all. Just stand there until the bouncer
This is the
comes.
smallest bouncer in this room.
Get out the way, bouncer. This is dope. Are we ready, bro?
And you?
Balls in the house. If it rained, I'd always play, and I didn't realize that throwing a tennis ball on the wall
Leaves a mark.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And then also in the other room, it's noisy. When you go, but I'm not disturbing anyone.
I'm doing yes.
Yes, and then I'd hear, Robert, stop. I was like, how do you know?
You just made me realize how much my kids do, and they don't know kids don't have any idea of repercussions.
All the kids are so in the moment. And the moment does not include the rest of the world.
You're right.
Yes.
Right.
Their moments don't involve everyone else.
No. Because I've watched my
gonna
kid just
say
clank something.
Eh?
You said their moments never involve somebody else. And like, unless the kids will argue with it.
Why are we with molestation?
Why did you make that leap?
I immediately my head with it. My bad. But I think kids that I think there's. Have you ever seen a child who starts taking on responsibility? It usually happens with parents getting divorced, and then you can start. That's the sad part.
Hardening,
when you
it's
see
almost the
innocence of a child who's carefree starts leaving, and then they're going. When you see a child now asking adult things.
Yes. Someone who goes, oh, the world. So I'm so
All
on
of a
the
sudden,
lookout.
the parent walks out the house. Get sugar.
Yes.
That's funny. Get sugar.
He's of age. That's when you know they are of age.
Yeah.
I've realized that because I've been watching it with because it's almost like because I do know that thing. So I'm like
Aware
of when they transition. I was always scared. This is such a weird thing to be scared of. Because kids are cute from between like 1 and from birth they're ugly, then they get cute. Then there's that age where I call
They're
it like
just kids.
rascally.
Yes.
It's like you know when the witches hated kids in the movie.
Yes.
I go, it was probably
With
this
that age.
age. Yes. So my biggest fear from having kids was that my kid, I'm gonna hate them because they're
For that
gonna be
period.
like this, this
snap.
kid age. Where there's no cuteness. It's just they thin, they lose weight at that
Yes.
point, and then they have attitude, and it's like
I find it's like from 8
other people's kids.
from 8 it starts getting weird because then they also know they're starting to learn shit.
Right.
And also there's a thing with toddlers where you do a nice thing for them because they're cute. They bring joy. Then at 8 they're just there.
Yes.
Now it's
Yes.
like your TV
Now they're
programs
just
are fucking with
It's
my
sad,
kids.
bro.
Your life is
When
And
now
do you
just-
think kids realize that, people are treating me differently now?
especially if a younger one comes along. I think
Yeah, I think if there's a younger one, yeah.
I think if they're by
Especially
themselves,
that age. If you go that non-cute age, and then
And then they still, because they don't know they're not cute, and they still go,
and it's like,
oh, that's traumatic a bit though.
I think it is just generally.
Because that is actually a bit traumatic. Because I have a memory like that fucked me up for life. And it wasn't even a thing.
Oh,
What do you mean?
what?
Like, when you go to therapy and you're like, oh, that did all of this to me? And it was like a thing that just happened when I was young. But in my head, it was something, I asked my cousin who I really dug. Because she was like cool. And, when you have a cousin, you're like, I'm so proud I have this cousin in my family.
Yeah.
And then I was probably the rascally age. But I asked her for a kiss as we were playing hide and seek. When you're running and you're like hiding and you're having so much fun, families here. Can I have a kiss? And then she said no to me. And I remember carrying on running, but I was like, and I was never the same.
But you also gotta understand.
all the girls when I'm older.
Oh wow. That's where it comes from. I will kiss. I think she was also freaked out to see a 7-year-old balding child. Like, what the fuck is happening here? I think your cousin was freaked out at your hairline.
I'm lucky we weren't friends then, because then she would have been like, these two belong in a house with the hairline and the knees, the clanking. Maybe you weren't throwing the ball against the wall. You were just walking in your house. Family's like, he's awake. The knee bone. And then it becomes, he's walking and playing with the ball. People walking up in Wentworth. Are they horses?
Fuck, that's hilarious.
Robbie's awake.
Fuck, that's funny. Knock-kneed motherfucker.
Because I remember my mom didn't like me, and I used to hold things. I never used to put things in my pocket or bags. And she always used to be like, put the things in the bag. And how I say that every day to my youngest.
Jeez.
And I have nothing to say. Like, I can't discipline him.
You're like, I know how good
In
it
a way,
feels. in your
yes.
hands.
It's not even the goodness of it. I remember just understanding it. Like, no, I just want to...
Were you holding a lot
just
of
wanna-
things?
Just bag. Yeah, I'd rather be this guy with a bag than put the things in a bag and just walk. So my mom was always like, and when I lose things, it would be scary to go to her and say,
snap.
because I didn't put it in the bag.
Liesel used to do this thing, come home from school. No school shoes. Then my mom's like, where's your school shoes, bro? I don't... Like, you gotta remember when these things came off.
No, they do not.
Shoes don't fall off.
Dude, I spent...
You made a decision to take shoes off. You untied both of them.
Yes.
And then?
You guys are coming with your old ass mentality.
No, it's like, I used to lose everything. But I'm also just like, how do you lose shoes? I can understand, like, I would lose shoes in terms of, like, I was in the change room changing, and then, obviously, it's the last thing you put back in your bag for your stuff, because you don't want to...
Right.
put
Yeah,
stuff in the
that's
bag.
interesting. You don't know how dirty the...
Yes. So I put everything there, and then I just grab my bag and go, and I've left the shoes. I understand that. But if you're just saying if she doesn't know, then I'm just... Because at least I'd know. I go,
Oh, right.
shit, I left them in the locker room. But if you don't know,
You know, at the assembly the next day, they're asking, which preschooler left these shoes? Lost their pair and sneakers in high school.
Yeah.
Someone's a preschooler left these
but in
shoes.
who left their booties in?
Booties.
But by the time that happened, because embarrassment is a big thing, so I can imagine if you're sitting in high school and then they ask like that question, this is when you like put your feet, your sneakers under your thighs, and then after assembly, man, 8%.
Bro, once I stole a Tamagotchi from Lost and Found. Lost the jersey, went there looking. And I was like, Tamagotchi? Didn't even get my jersey. I was like, it's not here, ma'am.
Mom will be proud.
I need to go feed something.
Yeah. Well, how old were you when you were stealing
You
at
were
school?
real life Jack and what's it? Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
Son, go find us. Go get your life together. Mother, I found these magic beans.
Yeah, right. How old were you when you did this? Because I can't unsee the crime.
This is like grade 4.
Hilarious.
But that's when my parents started like splitting up. So I used the divorce for an excuse.
Oh my gosh.
All the time at school, bruh. And those little white teachers didn't know how to deal with my colored ass. Proper homework not done. Getting a divorce, ma'am.
Oh no.
You know when you see a teacher looking, all right.
Yes.
Fuck. What are you going to say to a
You
child?
can't, bro. Because it's divorce.
It's divorce.
I'm glad my kids can't use that shit.
But you couldn't,
Checkmate, ma'am.
you couldn't do that shit at a colored school. Colored school.
Yeah, because everyone's going through something.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean?
Also, it's a community school, so they know your mom. They know, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're
Right, I
like,
can imagine.
like, I saw
What did you
Carol on
say?
Sunday. She looks fine.
Carol, your son says you're getting a divorce here.
Yes. Now it's rumors.
How many schools did you go to?
3.
I only asked that because I only went to one from 1 to 12.
Jesus.
I did one colored school, and I did Pefferville. Pefferville Primary was a colored school.
Sounds horrible.
It sounds so
No, Ben. Pefferville.
Pefferville.
What was the name of your primary?
My primary school.
Yes.
Morris Brothers.
Are you into
Morris Brothers.
Morris Brothers. St. Henry's Morris Brothers.
Yeah,
it's
now
a
St.
brother school to St. David's. Because it's all Morris Brothers. And then this one is St. Henry's. This one is St.
Your guys at church every Friday.
Bruh, that school was...
No,
No, this is how heavy
How
Catholic
did you
that school
escape
was.
Jesus?
This
He's
is how
been with you.
heavy Catholic that school was. You get your school, every day, there's general assembly
Right.
where there's announcements and prayers and maybe a song. Then go to class. Break bell goes, prayer for thank you for our lunch. After break, thank you for the lunch we had. Before next break, thank you for lunch.
Wait, are you guys eating together? What do you mean? After
in
lunch?
class.
Well, the bell goes for the thing. We don't just get up and go. You bow your heads and you give thanks for the lunch you're about to have. Then we get back to your
Go
next
play.
class. After break,
Wow.
bow your heads and thank you for the lunch that we just had. And then at the end of the day at school, we would pray again. The whole school would meet and assemble. And then it would be afternoon prayers and any announcements. And then you go off.
That's crazy. That
Heavy Catholic.
I
school.
think it's hectic
Shapers.
because lots of those Catholic schools, different religious people of different
Kids.
religious backgrounds go to those schools because the education's good.
Right.
Now I feel like there's one thing to have religion, but I just go. If I was Muslim, I wouldn't want my child praying that much to another god.
Right.
And it's no disrespect to Christians. It's
I
just
wouldn't
like,
want my child lying to another god that often.
Yes, that's what I'm like, ma'am. My parents are going through a divorce. I can't say this our father right now.
I don't know if I'll have one. You know, when the
How
5-year-old's like,
how do you say our father if I'm trying to find?
and then you just be dramatic. Please, ma'am. I remember the day our primary school, because we used to have assembly on, I think, just Fridays. But we used to have songs up on the thing, on the
Projector.
and it was usually school songs and da-da-da. And then I remember the day they dropped a banger, bro. I don't know if you guys know and dance at your granny brightness, so our faces display your brightness. Words of the hand. It was like karaoke, bro. I was like, and then everyone's home and by the time we get to shine, Jesus, shine,
Shine
In
Jesus.
your hand.
Yes,
With the Father's
And
glory.
it's primary school.
Yes, yeah. I like that because they let us clap. Shine. We used to switch it up. Shine, Jesus, shine. Oh, we're there, bruh.
Colored school for sure.
No, this was still a white school.
Oh, really?
Jazzing to it.
White
Field is
Yo. Then I remember once they came through with the acoustic guitar. Oh,
Yes.
it was on, bruh. Tambourines were involved.
I think that's the first time I felt God, when those little
Yes.
primary schoolers were harmonizing and I was just like, this is heaven. And then it was double math and everything.
Yes. It's like, where you now, Jesus?
Yes.
Where you now? This calculation's fucking me up, Jesus. If Jesus is everywhere, why
isn't he here with me right now?
Yes. Why aren't you in algebra with me, Jesus?
Jesus, why have you forsaken me?
Because that's fine, Jesus. Because everybody puts pressure on Jesus, but imagine Jesus comes back and you go, and then Jesus is now this person who comes when you pray to him. Then,
Right.
Because when Jesus was a carpenter. Joseph probably only taught him how to do carpentry.
Uh-huh.
Right.
When you pray to Jesus, then Jesus comes in. I don't know if you carry that. I'm not too sure. Jesus is like, what the fuck is this?
Maths is man-made. I don't know about this one.
It's just, but because we always think Jesus has the answers for things. Then you go, but I wasn't here when this thing was.
When you guys made this.
Yes, when you made this thing, I wasn't involved. I can help you with spiritual stuff, but
Can help you carry a table if you have one. I don't know about your burdens.
Your
Yet.
desk is squeaking. I can help you with that.
The whole time you have talked to him about your problems, and he's like,
let me pimp your desk right now.
who made this?
He's got his own TV show now.
You're telling him about
Carpentry.
your deepest problems. What wood is
pump
this?
Jesus, pump my furniture. Just Jesus go. You know they fast forward exhibits that's Jesus walking down the road.
It's true. One of the things I'm always like, honestly, like as an honest thought, is what he laughed at. Like,
Jesus.
because it's never spoken of, like there's nothing in the scriptures that talk about a good time. The only good time was in Babylon, and he shut that shit down. There was, but otherwise,
But he,
there
look,
was no other-
Jesus must have been cool
And
to
he
be at
shut
a.
that shit.
But Jesus must have been cool if at the wedding they heard that Jesus does crazy things. They
Right.
said Mary, yo man, doesn't. Because why didn't Mary go?
I'm also just like, wasn't it a little forward?
what?
Because that's like in the Bible, isn't that like the first time she's ever asked him to use his powers?
Yes.
And it's at a party. Isn't it a little?
No, but she didn't. Ask
I'm
him.
asking. I'm genuinely asking.
So she didn't ask him for
There was
powers.
a panic. There was a panic
It
at
was
the
like-
reception, and then they said,
No,
Yes.
but I feel like there was a way. She was like, Jesus, we're out of wine.
Nobody. I think everyone was
Can
blown
you-
away by
can
that.
you,
Yes.
I don't know.
including everyone.
I think Jesus,
Can you ask your dad, Joseph? No, your dad.
Jesus took all the attention. Jesus took all the attention away from the speeches at that reception. When he turned water into wine, then they're like, "But the Jesus guy is amazing." Now the groom is trying to. When I met Shirley, bro, fuck. Let's talk about what Jesus just did. That's amazing. I think
That's a good question, though.
what?
What did Jesus laugh at?
Yeah, it's just yeah, because the real life stuff of the thing, I always wonder about it because I think it would humanize
Even more.
the religion and the whole thing a lot. Because at the moment it'll be like they went to the wedding and it was joyful,
Yes.
and the whole event isn't joyful.
Yes.
Then
yes.
it's like, yeah, but
What
did
was
he
the
crack
joy?
a joke?
Right.
Did he say?
Did he dance?
Did he dance?
Yeah.
What dances? Was
That
he-
would be nice. And then Jesus,
You know, then you'd be like, hey, look at my
then
Lord.
Jesus popped and locked.
Jesus must look. Jesus rolled with poor people. Fishermen were poor. There's stories of him befriending prostitutes. You can only find those friends in cool settings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because those guys are laughing.
If Jesus rolled with prostitutes and fishermen, you can only find those people in cool settings.
What do you mean cool settings?
Like he bumped into the prostitute, not at fucking disc him. Like he found this person in a bar. You know what I mean?
Yes. But also, it's almost like if we having a good time, if your mom walks in here, the mood changes. Because he's also Jesus. So it even if he walks in, doesn't mean people
that's
just
true,
carry
man.
on. People then also, oh, Messiah, now I'm like, put it away.
Put it away.
Put it away, put it away. And then he does his sermon thing, and people are like, yes, we agree. And he walks off and come back.
Hey man, that was
That was intense.
You're so right. He could have been that guy killing parties.
But yeah, but it's not
Yes.
his fault. He's him.
Yes.
Yeah. And then people, he was healing people, because that's when people were happy, when he did things for them.
Yes.
He touched you, you healed. The joy was, oh, he's amazing. No one ever said, okay, well then come for a party. Don't heal anyone. Just relax.
Just come have a good time.
You
Jesus.
have a good time.
Right.
Because in those days, if it's poverty, if it's sickness, and there's a miracle worker, he has no days off. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus must be killing people trying to get drunk at a bar.
What do you mean?
You know, when you go, have you ever gone to a place and gone, I'm in that mood and I'm trying to get fucked tonight? And then Jesus just stopping you halfway. So he just keeps setting you back to sober. Like, yo,
No,
bro.
Jesus is there trying to also have a drink, but now you feel guilty. Like he walks in and he's like, "Can I have a double?" But you, oh, it's Jesus. Fuck, I just wanted to get fucked. I can make mine a single.
And then Jesus probably just does a Magneto thing. It's okay, my son. Have the
Jesus does the Magneto.
If you're a barman, you'd hate Jesus in the club. Can I just get a jar of water? Fuck! This guy. This motherfucker. Because you throw a person out? No.
No.
And then he tips you like,
And then you'll be like, what is this? You'll get it in the afterlife. You'll thank me in the afterlife will be his
This
vibe.
guy is a nightmare. The first school I went to, Pinetown Convent, it's now St. Benedict's in Pinetown. And that was an all-girls school, proper Catholic, like nuns taught there.
Right.
And that was, I don't know, even though I grew up in the church, I feel like there's,
When you say grew up in the church, do you mean school and
so there was church like Lois, not as much praying, but there was still catechism you went to church for.
right?
But I just felt like, there wasn't a break. Because I know like my sisters stopped going to church for like 2 years. Because I think that thing of having it in your face so much. Because there's a pros and cons to it. With church, religion.
yeah, it offers structure and values and all that. Yeah,
Right. But it just also feels like after a while as a kid, you're going,
yeah, especially as a kid.
yes. But then when you start thinking about life, I think more generally, the older you go, how much is this church thing helping me? Because there's a different spiritual journey. You know
Or
what I mean?
whatever your question is, I think there comes a time when you kind of break away. I think it's normal, probably like a normal thing in church where
Right.
people break away, even if it's just in their head. They could be still attending church,
Yeah.
but in their heads they're just like, I've logged out of this for now because
Right.
yeah,
I feel, yeah. Because I feel like there's those stages where I think it's with everything, with all religions. where you
But
just
it
feel like-
but I think it finds you. I think if you anybody who's on a genuine one, because when you're looking for something genuine, you don't ascribe any thing to anything. So you go, I am looking for the truth.
yes,
Got you.
And if it be, then it will resonate. So some people, so that's why you walk into a thing and you go, I'm not feeling it. And I really believe in the power of feeling, because I'm like, if this invisible thing, or even calling it a thing is weird. If something exists that keeps and holds and guides and helps, and you know when people talk about the universe and how it you just focus and visualize and it will do the thing that you want. It's so tailored and unique that there's no ways that, like, your dreams, my dreams, if we are looking for, let's say, the truth or God here, the three of us, the different ways that we're living, it's not going to come the same way.
true.
So truth can't be fixed. You can't go, I'm looking for genuine interaction with what it is, and I'm going to do it like this.
Yeah,
Because it's like, no, this person lives in Congo. This one is in Rwanda.
Yes.
This one's in South Africa.
this one's history is this is their understanding of
Japanese.
the world. Yeah.
Right.
So how, and the thing also lives in all those places. So without anything else, I'm always like, the relationship or the connection has to be a real one. And then everything else that people put on it is the stuff that just confuses everybody. I honestly believe when we die, God is gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Muslims, blah blah, and God's gonna be like, all of you, just
get in.
what were you?
Like a real dad.
I was I was
Just get
in
in.
Islam. Yes, I was also in thingy.
Yes.
You guys were talking this, but it was me.
Yeah.
The relationship you had was
I can be down with that.
with me.
I just think everything's just a way to the same place.
Yeah, it's all. I feel like also the way we are and the way we've become the jury on how we judge people or whatever.
Right.
I think we're gonna be surprised at how many people make it into heaven. Because as human beings, we've got this authority we've given ourselves, of,
And
this
we're
is
told
bad, this is
that's
good.
my one thing. Is like we're told like no, just let me be the. You guys did it. I'll judge. We're told, and then we were like, okay, God.
All right, God.
Okay.
You don't have a Twitter account.
Where's your judgment?
Because you imagine going to heaven and you see Favut in them, and then you're like, "What is this?" God's like, "No, but I forgave him. He said sorry."
yes.
Yo.
We
We
had
don't know how to deal.
Yes.
Yeah, but God, he said
He
sorry.
spoke
and
to
I-
us. And God goes, and I know. Here's the crazy thing now. Here's the radical idea of love, of like ultimate love. Because then God goes, and I know what happened to him. Like you guys don't know what happened to him. I spoke to him, and now and I'm upset. And the only thing I can't, because I don't know. I'm just upset that he's in the queue in front of me
Yes.
in heaven, and he's gonna eat before me. And it's like, how
Just
is
like
this?
in apartheid.
Exactly, exactly. This heaven is apartheid all over again. That's literally.
and Mandela's still outside. And he's like, God, what's up with Mandela? He still hasn't said sorry for his first marriage. Just say sorry, Mandela.
He can come in, but he just hasn't.
After everything I've done. Wow.
Still not sorry for the first marriage. All right. You'll be blown away.
Because also it's like, because with our judgment, the hardest thing to accept, because we say it until it's actually in your face.
Who says what?
You know what I'm saying? The thing that we say is whichever version it is everything happens for a reason, but we don't accept the things that happen.
Right.
Oh,
So
yes.
we'll hate an event that happens, and we'll hate it when it's even past. So we go, this war happened, and we hate this nation or people, whatever,
Right.
and we can't accept the for a reason part, even though for some other things, for the good
Yes.
things, we go happened for a reason. It's like, yeah, all of it happened for a
But I
reason.
think that
But
sentence
would happen for a reason.
comes from people.
Oh, yes.
That sentence,
Yes, then it's everything.
Then it's everything.
Everything's happening for a reason. If you're going to say that.
That's a tough one to totally accept.
Yes.
you almost have to ask where it comes from, though. Because I feel like, you know how people don't know how to deal with things. So the first person who gave condolences had no fucking clue what a condolence was. It's just that the person's grand died and they had to say some shit. And they literally didn't know how to
Yes.
say, I'm sorry. That's where that everything happens for a reason. 'Cause someone was just like,
No,
and then said it.
no, but the other thing is somebody said it, and then somebody dies. Everyone's in a line to say sorry.
Yeah.
And
People are taking your lines.
Everyone's going, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. And then the one just went, my condolences. Thank you. Then she said, thank you. It's the one who accepted my condolences and went, I'm actually fine with
And
this.
that guy had nothing in his hands. Like,
Yes, he
he
didn't
brought
bring that
nothing
thing.
but condolences.
You can see the guy. You can see the other guy behind him go. My condolences. Walks off with the Tamagotchi. All right, you dope ass people.
Thank you, lovely people, for sending in your voice notes.
We're very excited to listen to these.
It's time for you to join the show in a way that it's not ideal. We would have loved to be with you, but because
This
of
is the way we know best. Thank
Right.
you, audience, for giving us voice notes.
thank you, Mom, for doing the best
That you can do for me the delicious, wholesome peach slices and the
Is that what they
juiciest,
say?
tenderest peas,
the
spaghetti and the sweet corn and the tasty treats from
Wow.
Crew. The perfect peach and pineapples, the pleasant
and
guavas
guavas
too. Thank you for the baked beans and the secret sauce from Cool. Thank you, Mom, for giving the best you can do. Strings.
How incredible is it that, because I remember very specifically ads, when I think of ads, I see my lounge, I see Danzane, I see Township, and I'm always like,
that's not what I see, but yes.
But I go, how did, because in my head I go, there were millions of black people all over the world who didn't understand the language, but could sing the songs.
True.
Even with Kwaito, actually, it was the same thing. Where I was like in Eastern Cape speaking his Xhosa, but I was learning different languages because of these guys up in Joburg, fucking Khwaisa.
I know a child didn't write that jingle because no kid has ever thanked their mother for baked beans. Fuck that. No child
has
ever thanked their mother for baked beans.
That whole cast was confused.
Yes.
What is this crazy ad?
When your mother made baked beans, guess it's that time of the month, we're gonna try and eat everything that's in the cupboard.
I was upset when the baked beans didn't come with mayo. Because it needed something. Oh, it's like when we call salads in your 7 colors. Yeah. So you give it the baked beans and the mayo. Just to give it a little.
That's what Aromat was. We had a lot of simple products that just made.
Do you know Aromat is Swiss?
No.
It is a Swiss product.
Yes.
We've claimed it hard. I don't know how it skipped the whites though, because whites don't talk about Aromat in their past here.
In that way.
No.
Whites talk about Aromat. We talk about Aromat the way whites talk about Avos. It's like this. It's like this treat. I don't know if every family.
It's this thing that makes all the meals nice.
Yes. That's it. Yeah. And would you like?
When I go home, because I don't really use it much anymore, but when my mom makes me like a breakfast and she puts it's like back into your childhood type flavors. It's just like, damn, oh yeah, here we are.
I remember
eating like this all of a sudden.
my first sleepover at a white friend, and the mom
you can't find the nice things that you know.
I understand every human being loves their mother's cooking. That's the first memory to the taste bud is your mother's cooking.
Right. Well,
but it was just and you look at somebody and go, you don't really know.
You don't
what
love your
other
children.
mothers do out there with the food.
Who are you looking at, the mom or your friend?
No, at my friend. And I see him enjoying himself. Those licking fingers. I'm like, oh, David. Oh, fuck. And then the worst part is we went to sleep. And then it was late at night. He's like, Rob, you hungry? I'm like, yes. Because the food, also the portions.
Portions are much more.
And then he came back with an apple for me. He's like, here you go, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You just
I remember that. I remember going to my friend's house and they'd be happy with such small portions. But now you're also tasting some other nice things. I remember my friend introducing me to grated cheese in the sandwich, put in the microwave, now it's melted. And he has one. I'm like, dude.
Yes.
Let's smash this loaf.
What you don't understand is that white people had more meals. So your portions are huge.
Yeah.
Your truth was painful. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was.
Because
I was like,
yes, that's why
because you weren't allowed.
When are you going to have another
anything
thing
in between meals?
Yes,
you weren't even allowed to ask. Like, what do you mean?
There's no snacking.
We fed you.
I realized this just the other day because I'm struggling with my appetite in terms of I just don't eat well, or I don't eat enough. Yeah. And then when you're justifying bullshit in your head, because I'm going, why don't I? And then I eventually in my frustration I was like, yeah, but also man, this eating little meals, you know how they go, little meals every day. That's there's a certain living standard you have to get to where you are introduced to that.
Yeah.
Before you get to a living standard, you don't hear that around you. And so I was like, that's when I realized, it's because we had little that we had a lot in moments.
It's also that thing of
also full belly.
Yeah. This is what we associate hunger with as black people. Like it's not that thing of no, eat enough. Eat enough and then you'll eat again.
Eat.
But also the idea of Coke in the fridge it's a Sunday with the Sunday meal.
Didn't stay.
Visitors.
Yeah.
The fact that you're having Coke during the weekday, like what the fuck?
Are you slaughtering on Thursday? Why is that?
So my gran, in her late years, she was she loved Coke. So my dad always had Coke in the fridge for my gran.
Right.
Sugar and children do not mix with my dad, right? So
Sugar and children.
bro. He did not like us having any sugary thing. Like
Oh, I thought you meant sugar. He didn't like both.
sugar and children can't stand. If I could rid the world of two things, it'd be sugar and children.
I just picture your dad driving past the school, just looking at the kids while they're playing.
Yes.
Hating it.
And then as soon as he drives past the school, he drives past Hewlett.
This place is heathen. So my grandma would ask for her night coffee. And at this point, we did do so many things for my grand that was annoying.
And she's sickly
Right.
or just
No,
old
she's just
now?
old, but she's 97 at this point.
Right.
So me and my little brother used to rush to pour her a Coke. Rush to pour her Coke, bro. And after some months, my dad was like, I really appreciate how you guys enthusiastically want to do things for my mom. And in my head, I felt so bad. I'm like, oh, I'm just a dick.
Doesn't realize what this person.
You've been a dick since
All
4.
about me.
Because also you've got to do it. That's your only chance.
Yes.
No way can you go into that fridge and open that. Whole house will hear that
Bruh.
shit, bruh.
And
Also,
it's
our
the-
fridge, it wasn't even in the kitchen. It was one of those, you know those old fridges where there was the normal fridge part and this huge ice,
Yes.
like the deep freeze was this huge, like, attached to it.
Right.
So it didn't fit in the kitchen. So it was in the living area that was like connected the house.
Yes.
So people could come in from any direction. So if you stole anything from the fridge, you don't know who's coming from this side of the house, and you don't know. And our house was packed. It was my grandmother, a cousin probably staying with us at the time. So it was like always someone
Yes.
walking up and down that place. So that was your gap. Because while you're pouring, didn't have to.
Sorry, I can't help because now I have to have clarification. You said a cousin or somebody. So in my head, I'm thinking all your life you've lived with someone who you never really knew who it was.
No, cousin. Somebody else was staying. Like,
Oh,
there
okay,
was a
right.
cousin there.
I
there
thought
was-
every morning you walk past. I don't think it's a
Guy,
cousin.
what is this guy to us?
Right. Okay.
Do my parents know he's here? All right, let's get into the hotline.
Into the hotline. People have sent us voice notes because this is our last episode and we want to interact with you. So this is our first one from.
We don't know. They didn't send their
Must
name.
I keep asking from? Because
No, because I think their probably names will be in the voice note if
Right.
they left it. Yeah.
Wow, guys, season 2. Thanks so much. I hope that there will be as many seasons as days of our lives. This gets me through the day. And I think the highlight for me is Black Diamonds above. Thanks so much.
Black Diamonds are
Black Diamonds are verbs, man.
Is it weird that I'm offended she said days and not bold?
Oh my God, you.
No, because it made me. Because here's what.
That's the only thing you
No,
took
no.
for it.
Yes, no. Thank you, lady. Here's the thing.
And Brooke?
I always, for some reason in my head, right, this is so weird. There was a classification of the type of people in terms of who watch the different things. And that was only because of the characters in the different things. Like Days of Our Lives was very...
Upper class. Oh no, it was
it
very.
was the- yes. It was
salt of the earth people.
Whereas
Yes.
Bold was...
it was
high fashion.
High fashion.
Right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in my head, I always, at some point, I guess, I developed a thing of there are two types of people in the world. Those who watch Days and those who watch Bold.
I thought everyone watched both. They were back to back. What were you doing in between?
Yeah, it's true.
There was one other channel in another language.
You know what I couldn't
You're
understand?
actually right. Which one did you prefer then, if is what I'll ask?
Days and
Really?
I feel like when Stefano was doing things,
Yeah, Stefano kept you watching.
You couldn't beat Days.
Stefano
yeah.
kept John Black's memory in a stiffy disc.
Wow.
You have to remember, as a young South African kid, I'm going...
No. Your parents were watching that, invested in a man whose memory. Bro, we had to tape it. If my parents couldn't get home on time,
Oh, right.
and we knew days was starting, we had to find an empty cassette, put it. They were labeled "Born in the Beautiful Days of Our Lives," and we had to record for. If you didn't,
Oh, man.
oh, you were in trouble.
Oh.
You were in trouble.
So your poor folks were in.
Folks were in, bruh. Even to the point where Marlena is now possessed by the devil.
Bruh, I got in so much trouble for taping over 96 Olympic opening ceremony. They taped the thing and then randomly,
What was even happening?
randomly, there's a Will Smith music video that comes on TV. It was actually
Muhammad Ali's there, just like, and then all of a sudden, haha, if you need a lift, whoever kills in the truck, who else was there?
It was just the two of us.
Oh, yes.
Right. You know when you go, ha, in dog.
Yes.
Uh-huh. But this is like that album came out the year afterwards. Then my mom randomly one Sunday, I want to watch the Olympic opening ceremony. Same thing.
Funny.
Then Will just interrupts the whole thing. The whole thing. He was just, yo, bro.
Your mother hates Will Smith now. Secretly. Your mother's such a lovely lady. The one person she hates
It's Will Smith.
is Will Smith.
Will Smith is the hurdle between her and heaven.
Yes.
Right.
Your mom was almost a nun. She raised all these children. Good heart.
When my mother found out what happened to Will and Jada, she's probably like, good.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
That's amazing.
At Heaven's Gate, they're going, Mandela, Carol, come on, just say sorry.
We will never.
We're having a good time here with Carol.
Oh, that was so funny. I just realized
You've never attempted that.
I didn't do that properly. And then in my head, I was like, oh, have I forgotten him that much? Because I didn't just kick into his voice.
You will never forget him. That was bad. Because I started and then I was like, oh, fuck. Then I felt like I was doing Sean Connery for a second.
I'm glad you did that whole review.
I felt.
Because we're not the bad guys.
Yes.
Because
I know.
Everything you're saying is correct.
Even my earphones are like, come on, bro.
Don't make us do this.
Your earphones we can't hear this, bro. I don't even know if that makes sense. We can't hear this, bro.
I'm always blown away when you see how people record in the studio, because there's a thing of we used to do this. Because like at home we used to play MTV Music Awards.
Yes.
And then we'd act out the whole fucking thing. And then I remember when you used to sing, because you saw it on TV, you held the ear.
Yeah.
You didn't know what was happening. The thing of,
But you did this, yes.
Yes. It just looked nice.
Most people who aren't singers don't know what this is.
Yes,
But
they
it
don't
is the
know.
caricature of like,
Of singing.
yes.
Right.
That was Megan, by the way, in the last voice note.
Megan.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
realized
Megan.
the names kind of do show on this thing. Yeah. Technology keeps making me feel old. Because no matter, I can make an honest mistake on it, but I'm like, maybe a kid wouldn't.
Right. It's not the mistake. It's the thought. The whole thought process is the only thing that should tell you that you are old.
The fact that I recognize that.
The fact that it hits you like that.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
No, Ndimdal.
Yeah, I remember-
Fucked up.
I remember struggling to CC somebody on the email, and I remember thinking, I'm not gonna make it in life. I was trying to CC,
This is my block.
I was trying to CC somebody on the email. I've done it before, but I just couldn't figure it out on my phone. And then I was like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
This is basic. I'm fucked.
Dude, I'm so obsessed. I am so obsessed with the idea of not aging and being old and dying. I'm obsessed with the idea of the inability for young people, once you were young people, to recognize when they've transitioned into.
The point.
That excites me so much because it is those things that you don't realize. But I go, oh, my friend's old.
I caught myself doing this, the two-hander.
Oh.
And I was like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Oh, no.
And then you call it to.
Yeah.
That's where you're going, my friend.
Let's get into the next voice note before I get depressed.
Gonzo and the team. Thanks, guys, for the nice podcast on.
He sounds like he's from East London.
No, because
on Facebook. I really enjoyed it. My favorite moment was the moment about the piles, guys. Yeah, piles is yasibulala bafethu. And like the experiences that you shared and the jokes that you shared around the topic, they really were relevant to me. Thanks, guys. I really enjoy. I wish to see you live in East London.
That's my man. Why'd you cut him off?
Because I can't listen to someone calling in for pals just
No,
for you.
because
no wonder he called it Tats and Friends.
Yeah.
After he heard the pal story, he's
He
like,
was
I'm
like,
in it.
This is the radio show I have been
But
waiting for
here's
forever.
the thing. Whoever he is the reason I raised that thing. Did you finish his message? Because I feel like we must respect him. He can't have pals and be disrespected on the thing.
Okay, let's listen to this.
My brother, I hear you.
They really were relevant to me. Thanks, guys. I really enjoy. I wish to see you live in East London. Ndisemonti madoda ndiyindoda. Kanizeni apha eMonti ndozobawo. Please, man. Thanks, guys.
What is that, a hashtag?
I know.
Hashtag Dindot.
That's
What does that mean?
I'm
a man. But it's one of those. It's one of those. You know, Xhosa. Sometimes it's not even Xhosa. It's a what is it? A cultural. It's
I
a
think it's all languages have implied speech. So when you hear I'm a man, you hear whatever you heard.
Yes.
When we hear a guy goes Ndindot, I know the plea behind.
Yes.
I'm Ndindot. And I
Yes.
know that the cultural
because
relevance
it's
of that.
I'm a man.
Yes.
And this is one of the reasons why I was like English in terms of being a language of fighting let me be specific. English as a mode of language for fighting patriarchy is a very tricky thing. Because in English you go, don't kill our sisters. Don't murder our women. In, let's say, Xhosa, you say, "Yekani nto niyenzayo kosisi bethu," which is our sisters, osisi bethu, omama bethu, our mothers.
Right.
That is a language that we've grown up with. You live in the township, my next door neighbor, my mom,
Yes.
is my mom.
Yes.
So our sisters and our mothers don't have the same thing that people fight in English when they go, but you're still calling them your woman. It's still patriarchy because you're saying your woman.
Yes, yes.
Whereas in cultural, Isindu, it's a very relational thing.
Yes.
It's not a status.
It's not a status thing. Yes.
Siswam, my sister, or my mom, my mother, is not a state. It's a, yo, man.
Yes. Ours.
But in English, you'll get on Twitter, on social
Yeah.
media.
You know, I have my feelings towards that because there's a lot of things where they go, respect ladies. I mean, I've heard guys say that, including myself. That could be somebody's mother, that could be somebody's daughter, whatever.
Yes.
And then there's the argument of why does it have to be somebody's thing to get respect?
Right.
Yes.
But my thing is with that, understand that, but then I also go, if you look at the stats of the shit that's happening, if you're going to start the conversation and it happens to be for me to bring you into the circle and go, yo, imagine something like that happening to your mother or your sister.
Right.
I feel like that should be accepted.
You
Just
mean if
because
that's my
of-
starting point? If that's
If
how
that's how you're gonna get into the circle, I can't make you feel bad for that phrase.
being your
Yeah.
starting point, right?
If that's how people are gonna come in, then we
Let
can
them come
figure
in.
that out later.
Yes.
But I can't. You shouldn't tell a person off now because they're learning to get empathy from that thing,
From that experience.
from
Yes.
that experience.
Yes.
I'm just like, we're wasting energy making a person feel bad because they went, this could happen to my sister.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I understand where people are coming from. I'm like, you want them at
Also,
the
that's
table.
how you speak with anything. You go,
Right.
You try to find another example to help you understand this other example.
Right.
So that's all the
other
person's trying to go.
reality,
His
dude.
other reality.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And once
Is-
you're
is
at
to
the
go.
table, we can figure that out.
Yes. Then we can talk the.
It's so sad, but
you're trying to bring people to the conversation.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
I'm only reacting like this because I watched a documentary where that was the case. Like there was a huge travesty. The documentary is about a travesty. And there was one particular person who was like, I was there, I saw things. And then someone said to me, what if it was your daughter? And then he says, and then I quit the next day. And I was watching the Jeffrey Epstein documentary. The gardener of the house.
Right.
Snap.
It's so funny how I was able to say gardener because he's not from South Africa.
But garden is a normal word. It's garden boy that's wrong.
It's
Yes.
garden boy.
Garden boy is-
Yes.
Garden
Okay.
is perfectly
Yes,
fine.
yes. The gardener from the documentary.
I love
Kids
how,
are being-
how much you gave that the word
Yeah.
now. And I was the gardener.
The esteemed
The
naturalist.
keeper of the garden.
But I remember when he was saying that, judging him a little bit, going, really? You saw naked people with kids. Because in the documentary he keeps saying, and they were underage, and I was like, it's only until someone said, and he had a daughter, and then he literally said, the next day I quit.
But that's
That's human.
That's the human thing of. That's the human thing of. It's happening over there.
Right.
Oh, got you.
Think about how little we do for the wars that are happening right now.
Right.
On an individual level, I do nothing for the Middle East.
Dog. nothing.
I do nothing for the Middle East
I don't even have
Right.
a...
because it's over. It's over there in my house. It's here. I watch it. It's on the thing. The bomb goes off. Now and then it's a picture of a limb over there. So it's not far. Like with the gardener, it was
Yes.
there, but it was still like he could separate it in terms of I'm a gardener and these rich people are doing something
Right.
crazy or whatever however he separated it, as we separate ourselves from a lot of
Everything.
things.
We don't wanna be
'Cause-
involved in. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So you go, okay, then he came to the table. It took that to bring him to the table. Welcome to the table.
My question
it's
is,
almost like
are you
the
still holding on to your, are you still going, yes, that's how it works?
I'm not saying that's how it works. I'm saying that there's not one way to how it works. At the end of the day, we try to
Right.
move you in the right direction. That's
Yes.
that's the goal.
the goal is the destination. How we get there is
Yes. So I'm like, these things of fighting phrases isn't making it safer. You changing a phrase. You think that changing a phrase is making this person better or understanding it more. So my thing is, if you need to look at the situation and what's happening to women throughout the world and think of your mother and daughter and sister, for you to get to the table so we can discuss how we're going to move forward,
Right.
bring it on.
Yeah,
I can't hate on that. So I'm just like, hey guys, this is...
don't
He's
fight.
here.
Don't
He
fight
or she,
someone trying.
they are here.
They are here.
They're here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's the same way when sometimes I don't agree with how white people talk about racism, and they try and find that common ground with you, but then I'm going
Common ground?
So in the sense that I saw it last year when that kid Nathaniel was killed, the colored kid with Down syndrome, and then I posted a whole thing about it, and I was going, you don't understand that everybody that is now posting about this, you don't understand that you play a part in how colored people are seen in South Africa. So I was going, I don't want to hear your opinion on the thing. What you need to do is start looking at the thing correctly. Start looking at people as human beings.
Wow.
We've got our first caller.
Our first call. You have to answer it.
no,
I was going to say.
It's one of those selling you stuff. Sorry about that,
Right.
Chad.
So my thing is,
I'm not following your. Yeah.
don't worry, it's gonna have a conclusion. So my thing is, I don't agree with people posting all these stories, because I saw accounts from people and I go, I know how you speak about colored people, as colored people are gangsters or alcoholics and all those things.
And it's that conversation that leads to a life
Death. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So, but then going back to this, I started going, okay, but then if somebody feels like this news shocked them so much that they want to say something about it, I can't go, but you also do that.
Right.
But I'm going, right now, you've stopped in your day to post this thing. I got to appreciate that movement.
I got
Instead of trying to figure out, but you're not that 100%. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like you doing it for the blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm just right now going, oh, maybe that post will start a conversation at your dinner table that you've never had. So sometimes you got to go, hey guys, you know what I mean? Like we're expecting everybody to be 100% with the shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, man.
That's the tough thing.
We all learning the shit.
Yeah.
Remember this shit when
When it hits
people
you.
feel. Yes. That's the thing. Remembering humanity when it involves
That's
something
a question
you care about.
I asked myself recently is like, how do you absorb, like totally learn the lesson that you only ever get to practice once or twice? Because there's stuff that you go, oh, I don't know what it is, but like I would never do this. but in your whole life, you'd only really get tested on it once
Right.
or twice. So you're not in the habit of something.
I would never.
Give me an example.
I would never steal. I would never steal money from old people. That's just.
It's
the
so
people,
ridiculous.
The people who rob Okoko when they go to get their pension money and walk home. There are people who steal from them.
I feel like God definitely sees that one.
Right. but then,
Definitely, yes.
but now here's my question. But then you find you'll never do that. You grow up, you study finance, blah blah blah, and you end up working for an insurance company.
Got you.
Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Now you're the head of the insurance company.
Dun,
Bam
dun,
bam bam. Now people are making claims in the insurance company that you are a call center
Obliged
agent in
to say no to, but it's not right.
whatever
but it's
whatever
old people.
whatever
Yeah.
chain it is. Whatever way, because that wherever you fall in the fucking of older people from money
Right.
in the company.
Yes.
You still have that thing.
That
Oh
thing.
really?
Oh, really?
I hear you.
After this break.
Ah. And I'm trying to decide what I'm trying to.
The shoes. Yeah, Dad told me to shoes. Yes. That's what happened.
Dad told you to shit.
You were the eldest in the family trying to teach the little ones, and then you forgot that there's another person on top of you.
Fuck, man.
Yes. That's what happens.
Because you do a thing, and you do a thing, and you do a thing.
Okay.
Then I do a thing. Then I don't know where you buy the high horse. And I'm like, what's happening? You just did the thing. You literally just press the button.
You sound like a white woman. That sounds like I don't know where you
where he bought the high horse.
Jesus. That's
How is it? Because you press the button there when Madinga says it, when you said it's still recording, it means you didn't stop recording it when you went to go stop recording it, but you did press.
So what are you saying?
What
now?
I'm
Because
saying-
now you use this example
Yes.
to be me in life.
Yes,
Okay.
motherfucker.
Explain.
Because then Madinga says to me, I must press the button, and I go, oh, because I'm aware that I could fuck it up, like you fucked it up, and then you go, just press it. No, bitch. You fucked it up just now.
I didn't. Why did I fuck it up?
Because when you were supposed to stop it, you pressed, you didn't stop it.
Yes.
Okay, question. When you went,
I stopped it and then started it again, but then we went
Did you
to
start
pour,
it
We
again?
went to pour Coke. That's what happened. And I forgot to switch it off.
Okay,
So when
then-
we came back, then it was already running.
okay, then I apologize. This is all coming. I apologize.
And let's not get into it.
I appreciate you apologizing.
I apologize to you.
Yes. Your bitch, and I get my high horse from fucking.
You don't even know where horses are
Yeah,
coming
don't
from.
No, I have no idea where to buy horse.
Your brain
No idea.
switched off, and I'll get my high horse from.
You know what I thought? I was like, in the back of my head, I honestly thought, I wonder if the SPCA also.
No, wow.
That's the horse department. That's where I was. That's where I was.
I'm gonna say this now. I had this joke that I was working on. I left it.
Yeah.
But the joke was, I realized that as I'm gonna say as I don't want to say as black people because that's not it. The older we get, right? You remember when you were young?
Mm-hmm.
There were things that happened in your home. If there was a funeral, you woke up and there was a funeral happening around your home.
Yes.
People are cooking, goats are dying, all that shit. Then
Made-
you get
made
older.
The funeral sound like Christmas morning. People are cooking.
It's so funny how
Goats are
it's so
dying,
funny how we
bells are ringing.
we celebrate everything the same. Someone's dead, kill a cow. He's coming back from the mountain,
Kill the
cow. So
You know there must be a cow going, but it's just matric.
Guys, chicken,
Come
something.
on, come on.
you're gonna kill me for much. He doesn't even have a
distinction. He doesn't even have a badge on his. I've seen his blazer. Not a single badge.
kill me
Not
for-
even for sports.
A C aggregate.
Cows are hating all these things.
It's a low expectation family I found myself in.
But that typical thing of I know you know it, that when you go home,
Right.
the older you get, you start to become the person who has to start the hymn
Yes.
at home.
Yes.
Or you have to be the person who, when someone dies, makes the first call to organize shit to happen.
Yes.
Got you.
but you don't know how to
You've just seen it
because
happen.
you've seen it happen your whole life,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So now my point. What was that? How did I get here?
It's a joke you're working on.
Oh, so the joke that I was working on was
It's a great title for a stand-up special.
what?
How did I get you?
Yes.
It's a nice one.
Shout out to you, motherfucker. So we love you, buddy. So my joke was now you of age, you have to do a slaughtering.
Yes.
I.e., go get a cow
Yes.
to kill. But now you live in Joburg, fucking comedian. You're busy. The thing's Saturday and it's Monday. I'll get the cow. Relax. Monday, Tuesday.
I've seen lots of
Wednesday.
cows around. I can
Yes,
get one.
people call you on Wednesday. Ingomi khona ne? Suwara ngengoma. I'll get the cow. Friday comes, no cow. Now you're under pressure. So the joke starts with you calling SPCA. But now you don't know if they have. So you there go, hello? And they go, hello, SPCA, can I help you? Yeah, listen, do you guys have cows by any chance? I have a slaughter. Because you're explaining it's traditional, like it's normal. I have an event.
I really
You can't tell them you're gonna
But I have an event on Saturday. I was wondering, do you guys have cows? I know the family would love cows. Person's like, we don't. This is the SPCA. We don't keep. Okay, so you don't have cows. Okay.
So no one lost a cow?
So no one lost the cow. What is it? And then eventually, what is it that you wanted to give them for? No, it's a slaughter. Actually, you know what? Do you have big dogs? Now the person's trying to.
You guys have greyhounds. What are you doing with the greyhound?
It's the fanciest dog.
Because it's one of those things you know when you're under pressure to do something, like homework or perform something,
Yes.
even if it's substandard,
Do something.
you're gonna do something.
Do something.
Now all of a sudden people at the funeral are eating dog. I mean it's McDonald's, but they don't know that and it tastes good, so it's fine.
Right.
That's where I was trying to go with the joke of like this conversation of the person from SPCA knows you're gonna slaughter
Slaughter.
but they can't put down the phone because you keep saying forget the slaughtering. I'm not gonna slaughter. But do you have like do you remember Beethoven the movie? Do you have that dog?
Yes. I just want to know for future events.
Do you guys carry cows?
Do you carry cows?
Can you pre-order? Like, what's your...
Shit, I got sidetracked.
Let's sidetrack into another note.
Away.
From,
This is great. It's
our
lovely
people.
hearing these voices.
Yeah, this is from Sandy or Sandy. It's a guy, so Sandi.
Sandile.
Yeah.
Sandiso.
Paris, the Sandy locale, bre.
Oh, then that's Robbie.
Or maybe it's just a light-skinned black guy. I don't know.
What's a sand colored name?
Sandy. Could be Sandy.
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's hear from Sandy.
Sanford.
Loving the show, guys. Keep it up. We've come a long way from the late night catch-ups with Robbie on the trumpet and Tats on the guitar. Just a quick question, guys. I just want to find out where can one subscribe to watch some of your stand-up that you guys have performed in comedy clubs? Is there a place, a website where one can subscribe to and watch the content? Or let me know. Thanks.
This guy's in the gym.
Just out of curiosity, I just want to find out. Lloyd and Robbie, do you guys take acting classes or acting just comes natural to you guys? And Tats, how did you go from Twelanga to Tats? Can you explain that? That's very interesting to me. Thanks.
Because people kept pronouncing it Toilanga.
Shit. The funny thing about that is because my kids have long names and I have a long name. I've grown up with a long name. So I remember how militant I was when I took my kids to Montessori.
Oh, you
I
said
remember
the whole name.
my very particular militancy
Yes.
around their names. And so you're filling in the forms. What is your child's name? Owotlukileyo.
Yes.
What is your other child's name? Boykucho.
Yes.
And then it was what can we call them for sure? I didn't fill it in.
Nice.
I didn't,
Nice.
and I didn't,
aggressive.
and I didn't, but it's part progressive, part cultural in terms of advancement, but also part just same. It was also because of me and me growing up having to
accommodate other people.
accommodating other people. So I remember going, like Tsecho and I, we were discussing how we were going to do this name thing because her name is Chechofatso.
Yes.
Also a long name. And we were like, okay. And then I remember we sent like an email. It's such a 21st century young parent email because the email was around explaining why we want our kid's name to be kept as the long version until people know the long version. And then we can play around. Because we do call him things for short.
Yes.
But I even say to him, my boy, when he introduces himself, he goes, my name is Owo Hlukileo, but people call me Owo for short. And I've had to stop him from doing that.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's it is my thing.
It probably is. Oh.
It's my thing, but I'm also like...
They've had staff meetings.
I still do it with my name. For some reason, people start with my name. And I will just stand by it until you get it right once before I let you
say Loy.
Yeah, people go, what's your name? Loiso. 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 And I'll wait until they get it and then maybe introduce a nickname. But I need to first have you make an effort.
You need to first call you.
Because I will. If you tell me your name,
right,
and it's tough, I will rather go. Sorry, say that again, and I will, because I'm like, it's your name. Because I also asked for it.
Maybe people.
I asked for it. Now I'm upset.
Do you think it's a people of color thing in terms of we know, like you know how we know some people go. My name means this.
Yes.
So I have a very special attachment with what my name means.
And not even just the meaning.
Yeah.
The actual context with which your name was given.
Yes. It's not just a long
It's not just the
alphabet.
It's not the translation of your name. Yes.
So how old were you when you got Tats?
Tats was Mtawelanga is my name.
Yes.
Given to me by my grandmother.
I see now.
Do you know what I mean? Already.
Yeah.
And then if I tell you about my fucking superhero grandmother.
Yes.
So that's my name, Mtawelanga. And then my chuku name growing up was Tatata.
Okay.
Oh, Tata. My mom had a song, Tatata man. Oh, Gezayo man. Oh, Mushenje. So that was like I had a soundtrack growing up.
As a black child, those were all the I love yous you'll ever get. Because they used to sing ta 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 man.
Because I'm listening to the lyrics. There's no I love you there. There's just only Okezayo.
Okezayo.
Omushe. Okezayo, which is naughty.
Oh, okay.
Tata man, which is my name.
Yes.
Like Robbie, man. Okezayo man. Naughty little one.
I see.
Omushenje. Who's very beautiful.
Got you.
So it's not even an I love you there. But I loved it because
it was you, but it was mom gave me.
So to my brother, Tatata was my nickname. Tatata then became Tats. And then that's how I carried on and decided to go with Tats.
Right.
How are you? Answer you. I want to hear your acting things.
I went.
My first question to you guys is, do you consider yourselves actors?
Oh, I know how you feel about this.
No.
No, I know how you feel about this, which is why you're asking the question.
You know how I feel about art. No. You know how I feel about art, not about what you guys consider you do and don't do.
I consider myself a comedian who happened to be able to act. I haven't given since I started stand up, I haven't given my acting any like attention in the sense that I'm gonna try and get better at it. I went for a few acting classes when I moved up to Joburg, but I started acting in I think senior primary, like going to drama and stuff.
Senior primary.
Oh, you
sounds like the name of the school. Come to senior primary.
It's primary school for old kids.
Senior primary is grade 4 to grade 7.
Okay.
We called it senior primary in Durban.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and there was acting.
Yes, we had junior quad and senior quad.
Okay.
Yes. So Meryl used to she used to do ballet and she was in plays. And then I used to see her during class. I'd see her walking up and down. Then at home I asked, like, what are you guys doing? It's like, no, we're getting ready for the play. Like, okay. So you guys are out of class. when we in class. That's how I got into this shit. Next day I was there, bruh. Painting props
Makes
and all
sense,
that shit.
yeah.
Then somehow the lady saw me fucking around. I was joking, and then she was like, "Hey, come do the play." And then that's how the acting started.
Right.
And then on Saturdays we would go to youth mentorships. On a Saturday morning, they taught us script writing and all that shit. And then it just became dope.
Nice.
It just,
How do you feel when you have to write down or say the word "I am an actor"? How does it sit with you?
I feel like I'm bullshitting.
Okay,
Right.
same.
That's how I must ask it, actually.
That's how I feel.
And why? Because I know friends who studied this shit and
Yes.
have given their life to it.
And
I'm
you've
going,
attached that I think you've attached the meaning of the dedicated person
Yes.
to acting and not just the ability.
right.
So you don't just go, I can act if I'm an actor. You go to say I'm an actor, I must study and okay.
Yes. And
Same.
it doesn't
But
have
is
to
it
be-
correct? Is
but it
now the
doesn't-
mind fuck?
No, I
No,
think-
my thing. Sorry to cut
Because
you
no
off.
one, look, when you get the role and you nail it, no one's going to ask questions.
My thing is
Well,
also
yeah. It's like, you never asked, when you see Denzel, you don't go, but did he study? You go, you accept, you accept that is the thing.
and I'm not only saying studying as in the formal tertiary education of studying it. I'm going making an effort.
Yeah.
All those things.
And
Because
throwing-
also I respect my art form a hell of a lot. Stand
Right.
up. So I'm going. When people come in and they do 2 gigs and say I'm a comedian, I'm going,
Yes.
no, you're thinking about it. Because I know what you're gonna put into this shit.
No, you're thinking about it.
You've done comedy.
You've been on stage. I
You've
don't know if we
tried
can
it.
call it comedy.
Right.
Yes. And not to be mean, I just know how much is put into this thing. If we're gonna just say everybody can wake up and go, that's my profession, then you take all the respect away from the thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's also an expectations thing. I think it's like, when you say that word or that phrase, do you meet the expectations of it? So when the person goes, I'm a comedian, maybe they've been doing it for a year, but can they meet the expectations of, I got a gig, these people are restless, no, can you make this room happen? Because we know the skills of it that we've acquired.
Yes.
So I think the expectation is there, because then you go, I'm an actor. I might be able to act, but I might be I can't do the on-screen crying yet.
Right.
Because I haven't studied, but I can act. The other scenes I'm nailing.
Right,
but this one skill, because I didn't study, I just fall short on it. And it's like, those are the kind of things where now the director's looking at you going, but I thought this guy was an actor.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Also, imagine being
Can
an
you
actor.
cry on? Can you cry on?
No.
But there's a
Can you cry on?
No.
There's a scene I did in theater, and this chick Roxy now,
And
who's
apparently
an actress.
not everyone can. It's an actual, some people just can. And I'm talking like great actors. Some great actors go, nope, put the thing in my eyes and let's pretend I'm crying.
acting, come on.
It's acting.
I was doing a play, and this chick Roxy now still acting very good, and she had to cry in the scene we did together, and from rehearsals she was crying. She got it down.
Jesus.
And I remember I was only doing it because I wanted to do stand up. So I was like, this is performance until a comedy club opened in Durban. And I remember every fucking rehearsal, the cry was the same all the time. And one day I asked her, I was like, yo, how are you getting yourself to cry? And then she told me like she takes stuff from her childhood and then she puts it on stage. And then they had to make us cry. So now we're doing a class where we have to start crying. I didn't realize how much shit I had bottled up.
Oh, really?
So, it was those crying, and then eventually Miss Harrison, the lady, she was like,
Robbie, the class has been over for 2 weeks.
she was probably like,
You need to see someone.
she was like, Rob, go for a walk. It was those things.
Really?
It was proper like, it was like, yo, and then come up boys like, yo, bitch.
Oh, God.
That's that age.
Yes,
It's
yes.
that age where
Yeah. Dude, nobody has time.
That's crazy. I'll tell you, I had a scene in Queen Sono where my character had to break down and cry. I knew I struggled with crying because I've always acted in front of the mirror since I was a kid.
right.
And I've just played scenes in my head. like taking life scenarios and going, how would I play it as a character? Always played those. Oh, my, thank you.
Right?
And
I mean, come on, everything happens for a reason.
so I had this scene, bro, with pointing a gun at this guy who had been up.
Yes, I remember.
You know that scene. And this director sits with us, talks about us. But he's talking about like the back, how are you guys feeling about the scene? And I'm not understanding the questions he's asking me because obviously I haven't been on many sets. But I'm like, yeah, I think, the back down story. Yeah, he's really all that.
Yeah.
Time to act in the scene.
And you were acting. Wait. Were you acting with that guy with the eyes? Who were you?
It was the president. It was one of the presidents.
Actors. What is the actor's name?
I don't. I've never met him before.
Is he from England? Is he?
No, black guy.
Do you know who I'm confusing? This scene that you
no.
took. No, I watched the scene that you're talking
yeah.
about. But it's so funny how in my, because I did watch the scene and I watched you and you pulled it off. But in my head, it was almost like the same kind of emotion as the scene in Interpreter with Nicole Kidman and that other man.
Oh Jesus! Right. You put and your brain didn't ask
So
questions.
so in my head, that black guy became
Yes.
that guy, and I'm like, no, Madinga wasn't in the Interpreter. Madinga was in
I
Quito.
refuse to accept this.
Yes, okay, got you.
So,
sorry, yeah.
Please,
So we
carry
do
on.
the scene. and we're doing the scene, and I know how to act sad and breaking. I'm like, okay, I've thought about it enough. I've really like
You've been in it. You've been it.
just the technical part of it, like how like don't overdo it. No, I'm gonna play it like this, and I'll build a chair when he says this. I'll react in anger when I'll move into sadness, and I've made my decisions, basically. But then mid scene, he starts, and in my head, all I'm thinking is, "You motherfucker!"
You are motherfucking acting, bitch.
Yes,
Shut.
yes.
I didn't plan for this.
I was like, "You're making me look bad."
That's when you ask the director. I didn't feel comfortable there. Like, can I do it?
That's crazy. So
Scene two. Have you got the thing for the eyes? Oh yeah, they put the thing in the eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna cry now. Do the thing. He starts. I am there. Nothing, bro. My eyes are just going.
Yes.
My eyes are like, huh? What are you? What?
Makeup.
I think we did so many takes of that, and I was just like,
Really?
and then I was like, I don't cry in life. Like every time I've ever cried, it surprised me.
Right.
And even like when I didn't cry, I was like, because it's not like I'm suppressing. I don't suppress the crying. When something happens, crying doesn't seem like a thing to do
Yes.
in that moment.
No, you're already, you're already formed in terms of trauma, tragedy, disappointment,
Whatever it is.
whatever it is. Is it fair to say you don't care about people just because you don't care about certain people?
No, I think it's to write a person off and go just because they.
So the way you said we use Apple products knowing that how they made, blah, 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 it means you don't care about, can you say
complicated,
people?
man.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
I have to send the SMS.
You know what I don't like when people go, because when Steve Jobs died of cancer, where they go, all the money in the world and still you can't choose when it's your time to go type of thing. And I'm like, what must the person do with this
Yeah.
information? They had cancer and he died.
Right. Why are you upset?
Why make a, you know what I mean? It's like he didn't put it in, like you kind of throwing it in his face, like, yeah, all the money, but still.
It's hate.
Yes, it's hate.
It's hate disguised as wisdom. See, people, all the money in the world, and we still, the Lord will take you in, or, life is still, it's like, just,
Right.
Just
In my head, I just heard the devil go, I took him. Do you know how many people the Lord has been given that the devil has taken?
Yes.
No,
that was my,
the devil is the most
that was me.
Also, yes, but also with
The devil, underrated.
one of the things that this is like in the theme of religion. Because I remember when I was like in church and scriptures and studying and reading, even as a comic now, I get why the certain things that stuck out to me because of the way I'm wired. So in the Bible it goes, there was heaven and then the devil was a angel
Mm-hmm.
in heaven. Gets cast out, and then the Bible says, and he took a third of the angels down with him.
Jesus.
So that's why he has demons. He took
Yes.
people with him. So that's the
Poached. He poached.
Yes, that's the scripture,
To his
right?
new company.
So then I remember
Guys,
once
my new company is fire.
What? Oh right.
Ah,
we don't play harps.
You heard the electric guitar.
I was thinking
You just demonized rock and roll. So I go. So that's literally scripture. He what's it? The angel. What was his name?
Gabriel.
Lucifer.
Oh,
No, what was his name?
I can't remember his
been
first
that way.
name.
Lucifer.
I forgot.
Lucifer. Yeah.
Lucifer.
Yeah. His government name, yes.
He's got. We did all this other shit to him.
Yeah.
Satan and devil.
All that.
So it says he went down with a third of the angels. And then I remember hearing a message from like one of these charismatic preachers, which was a powerful point. And he goes, we don't have, he's talking about fear and how we don't have to fear in the Lord and the Lord's got our backs and live your life and trust in him because the devil only has a third of the angels and they're not making any more. So everything is what it is.
Okay.
God still has angels. You still have God in however many he has. He didn't take all of them.
Yes.
Right.
So stop walking around.
Sounds like Arsenal fans. Guys, they might have bought him, but we still...
I'm blown away at your reference because you're not a soccer person.
No, but I know,
you
I know
got-
Arsenal. I know the struggles of Arsenal.
That's how bad Arsenal is. Madinga knows.
Because I
about
know people were always upset that Wenger sold their best players.
it. Anyways.
Let's get into our next
Yes.
voice note. All the way from a person
If you
named
believe in God, don't be scared. The devil doesn't have
Zamantungwa.
demons. Zama?
Hi guys, it's Zami Z, and just want to say that you guys are magic as a trio, and I love the three of you individually as well. Every episode you guys post, I watch because I like to watch, and literally my boyfriend and I will talk about stuff you guys come up with.
Hey,
It's,
then, motherfucker,
hilarious.
switch
It's
it
also
off.
good.
Switch it off.
My
Bullshit.
favorite story of all time is Robbie's kiss story. Anyways, here's to season 3, guys.
Fucking boyfriend.
I want to go to that moment of, what is that?
It's potential gone. Subconsciously even.
Yes.
So guys have, it's so
Everyone is possible.
everyone
To guys,
is possible.
Everyone is possible.
Even a happy
I
relationship,
feel-
I'm like, sound.
I'll admit this. I feel that same thing when somebody goes, I'm lesbian. It's like, I'm not homophobic, but a part of me goes, oh, so you've just rejected me? And it's like such an ego thing. It's like, it has nothing to do with me. But it's like, it feels like, oh, you say no to me too?
Yes. But it's no to you. Is lesbian, does it mean it's no to you sexually? Exclusively. And everything else is game. But as
What
a
do you
dude,
mean everything else is
so
game?
I'm
Friendship
lesbian. Yes,
and-
I'm
Yeah.
lesbian. There's a definite door shut there. And
Yes.
it's a very sex
Yeah, it's
one.
that, it's just,
All the other ones are open, but we still
or
go.
we still go, ugh.
"Oh my
It just hits. And like, it's just one of those things
No,
where
bruh.
I've noticed about myself every time. I could be just watching a random TikTok and they talking, someone says something like, no. As a lesbian, I was like, oh.
I've followed people who were on private because I really wanted to see them.
Oh, those.
And then they accept me and I scroll like 2 and I see a boyfriend and I've unfollowed.
Yes.
Because in my guy head I go, the thing about a crush is that it's crushing. And if now the crush is not even a possibility in terms of there's no person in the way.
Yes.
It's like crushes me. It's like crushing.
I
So I
like
would
that.
rather.
I like the pic. I like if those situations. I like the pic,
aggressive.
and I like the picture with you and your child. I'm accepting all this bullshit,
I accept you for
all of this thing. You must know I know about all of them.
Right. So you
when
like
I'm
to
in the
go.
DM, I'm going.
I saw that.
But
yes.
I've actually never. I haven't approached a person where I go, "You in a relationship?" You know what I mean?
Yes.
Every guy.
Like yeah.
every
But that's the thing chicks get annoyed with is they always have to say, I've got a boyfriend to get a guy off of them. And it's almost like,
no is not
it's
enough.
yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
this is growing up.
I guess we're part of the problem.
Growing up, I used
Yes.
to think.
Nigga, yeah.
Growing up, I always thought that lesbians were unattractive. From the lesbians they put on television, I thought lesbians were butch and this. And then I remember meeting getting to know lesbians in the real world. The older I got, and I remember seeing a beautiful chick, and I was talking to her.
One you were attracted to.
I was attracted to. Yes.
As a given.
Yeah, but beautiful. He's making it.
No, we've already said everybody is a potential. So he's just now adding, and she was attractive to him.
No, but he said she was beautiful. He said I wasn't attracted to lesbian. Then I saw one and she was beautiful. I'm like, no, they all whatever they are. You were attracted to that one.
Yeah, we knew that.
No, but saying
You know
beautiful.
that you
No,
nitpicking
but saying,
now.
now
saying
you're
no.
doing that woke
Say
thing.
no.
Yes, that's
Saying beautiful in the context of lesbianism as dudes who know that when you say lesbian, you think fucking dungarees and dude girls.
I do think dungarees.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, and even that's beautiful to someone. You just saw a lesbian you were attracted to. It's not that they were beautiful.
They were
That's why
beautiful.
I'm saying
They
that.
were. I meant what I said.
No, sorry. This is my personal thing where I go, I think we need to start.
You've said it in your jokes. Everyone's beautiful to someone.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that that person, beauty is in
But
the
I
eye
just
of the-
accepted that she was beautiful to him.
But he didn't say that. He said he
No,
saw
you're
lesbian.
telling me what I said.
Nigga, rewind.
No, but I had
We
a
can't.
point
It
to my
doesn't
whole
give us
story.
the
I had a
option to
point to my whole story.
And I want you to continue, but I want you to also know that those other lesbians that you didn't say anything about and describing them.
But the whole point of the story was his idea was that all of them to this point where he met a beautiful girl, and I'm assuming he didn't know she was lesbian, but he
Didn't let me
was.
finish. No, that's exactly what I
Yes.
wanted to say.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
Fine.
there's a
Sorry.
point to the thing.
Yes, continue.
It's done now.
Why is everything done when I fucking come against you? Because you are weakling.
Because you're not letting a person finish.
I
That's
did.
my-
What I
that's-
did is what I did.
Do you let women finish?
The whole story
Huh?
would have explained. The whole story would have explained this thing.
I don't understand. Yes, I did what I did. Can you continue?
Yeah, but his story would have explained this.
It would have explained.
I just told you the story because
now you're involved and you don't even know the story. What's happening?
I literally just told you the story.
Yes.
What I told you.
Okay, and I got it wrong and he got it right. That's what happened. Are you gonna continue or are you gonna fucking sulk?
I'm not sulking. I'm
Okay.
saying
I would love to hear the end of the
your
story.
approach now isn't making a person want to carry on the story.
Yeah, but you making me feel like because I did that, now I must never do it again.
No. Never
Continue
mind.
the story.
Let's hear another voice.
Yeah.
another voiceover before the. Thank you, Zamizi.
Lesbians are gonna come between
Thank
us.
you,
now.
Zamizi.
Thank you.
This next one is Mashandu. Mashandu coming from Limpopo.
Sanbonani, Dumelang, Absheni. Hello.
And
Molweni.
See, political correctness.
Guys, I just want to thank you first and foremost for your content. It's so amazing. It's such a mind FUCK. And I'm listening all the way in Asia.
hey.
My name is Tandiwe. I always comment on the YouTube comments because I'm an avid follower. Quick
appreciate
question:
you.
where is season 1? Where do I find season 1? Because I just kind of landed on season 2.
Yeah.
So where do I find season 1? That's
Now
the
hard.
first question.
Yeah.
The second question is how do you guys like get yourselves so in sync with your guys' conversations? Because it kind of sounds like it's unscripted, but the way you guys kind of piggyback on each other's words and kind of play on words, and I mentioned this in one of my comments that you guys do it so well. Is it a technique that you guys have developed, like personal developments outside of work? Or is like, how do you guys do it? I find it so amazing. I would love to do that. So please share.
It's
Is
longer
it
than
like
30
a
seconds.
top secret stuff? All in all, I love the content, guys. I hope you're coming back soon. I think 8 episodes is too short. Please, we need you back on our screens. We miss home. I haven't been home for a year. So watching this content just, brings us closer to home. So please consider us that don't live in the country that we need this kind of content.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
What's her name?
She says her name is she said Tandu.
Mush is I think
No. She said her name is Tandu. So this must be just the name she put on WhatsApp.
which is what?
Mashandu. Maybe that's her surname.
I know a Mashandu 99 from comments.
Maybe that's her.
So I think that might be
Maybe.
her. Shout
Shout out
It's such
to
an
her.
interesting one when people see a thing and go, please. It's like when you see a magic trick or something you're really impressed by,
Yes.
and you immediately want to tell me how.
Yes.
Because
I
even
got
as
you.
she's asking, and I'm like, I mean, we know how,
I don't know.
but
how.
I'm also like, oh, you don't.
No, I just know that I enjoy our conversations so much. I thought other people should hear them. I think it's the thing I told you guys where I was like, I heard a conversation about crayons from two grown women. It was pens.
You didn't tell me this.
And it was horrible. And I'm just like, I was upset for their lives that they'd met up at a coffee shop and this was the quality of conversation. So I was just like, I have great conversations with lots of my friends, not just you guys. I'm just like, I'm always like really like enthralled by the conversations I have. So I'm just like, okay. So that's what this is for me. This is just us having another conversation that we have driving to a gig or after a gig or something.
The conversation would have happened without the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
So this really is a welcome to us.
Yes, there's 1,000 episodes.
Yes. There was 1,000 seasons before this
Oh,
one.
absolutely. But to answer your question about where season 1, so on YouTube channel we only
All right,
put,
as we move on to the next one.
how does that deserve that?
No, just, I mean, what is season 1?
Yes.
Season 1. No,
What is life?
I've thought about this. Just because these motherfuckers did not see us record and buy and do season 1,
Yes.
doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
True.
If we come out and say we are doing season 2,
Yes. We are doing season
we are
2.
doing season 2.
God, there it is.
This was never about anything
No more
else.
needings of
So
explanation.
season 1 last episode is on YouTube. We do have season 1. Call them the hidden tapes for now.
Yes. One day
But,
we'll drop them. We'll drop them.
Thank you for your support,
As
Mashandu.
now we move on to our next voice clip. Elizabeth. Lizzie.
A Caucasian.
Ellie. No. It's a very much a lady of our tone. Or she says from Liz. So that's how she prefers to be called, I guess.
Yes, I'm sure.
Let's hear what Liz has to say.
Wow, I sort of just had a bit of a trippy moment. Like, imagine if I sort of typed one digit incorrectly and this has gone to like the wrong person. It would be a tad bit awkward, just
That's funny.
a little bit. Anyway, good morning, brothers. I think my story is pretty random, or my story leading to my
Pause.
question.
This looks long.
Oh, but I'm in.
Are we in?
I'm involved.
Are we in? Robbie is shocked at what he's seeing.
That's minutes.
We'll see where we give up.
Yes.
We'll see where
Let's give Liz.
Let's give Liz a chance.
Yes. Give Liz a chance.
So, once upon a time,
Ooh.
myself, I think I was pretty young. Used to hang out on my grandmother's farm, and one of the afternoons, I'm obviously playing, being a kid, and my grandparents have chickens, just chilling, for various uses. Anyway, so I thought I'd entertain myself by chasing a rooster. I
First
don't know why
mistake.
this came to me. So I'm chasing this rooster and we're running and we're running and we're going and it's fun. It's adrenaline. It's a high. It's a high. I'm getting high off my own supply out here. I'm being innovative. I'm entertaining myself. One man. We having fun. We whiling. I don't know at what point the rooster realized that, hold up, man, this is a kid. This is a sucker. Like I can put in work here. Why am I running?
I can take her.
But anyway, at some point, this rooster decided to make a short-lived, like a quick one. and suddenly I was the one being chased by this thing. Like it was flapping its wings and like frothing at the mouth. Like, okay, it's not that deep, but it may as well have been. In the morning, in the moment, it was trauma for days. I ran like shit. I hope I'm allowed to say that, but I ran. Like, when you can feel the wind blowing through your hair.
She's
like
losing
you're
me.
moving at optimum speed right now. Like
The closure.
it was.
I need
I was
something.
scared for my life.
How much longer?
And
Almost.
I've pretty much
Probably a
been
minute.
petrified of roosters
I
ever since.
need.
I am
There has to
now
be a point.
turning
Yeah, now
29
I'm too
years
deep in.
old. I must have been maybe 9 or 10. Yeah, the beef is ongoing. I don't mess with roosters. They're just weird looking mean mofos. So this brings me to my question.
We've missed it,
Do
guys.
any of you, all of you, I don't know how the story goes, have a fear, like a weird fear, like that nobody knows about? It doesn't matter if it's of an animal or, I don't know, of eating something or, I don't know, heights. I don't know.
Okay, I think that's the question. There was
Yeah,
more.
we've done it. We
Oh,
might as well
you want to
fin-
continue?
Yeah, might as well. Because it's her goodbye. It's gonna be her.
Whatever it is that literally gives you anxiety and little, I don't know, little drops of sweat form on your forehead every time you have to think about facing this thing. For me, it's roosters. They're weird creatures, and though chicken is delicious, roosters are weird. That's all I have for today.
Gotcha, Sissy. Thank
Gotcha.
you.
And
Thank you,
y'all
Liz.
are hilarious, obviously. And I think this voice note is uncomfortably long now. So
You think?
Yes, she said.
She acknowledged. Okay, at least she acknowledged.
As the rooster's attorney, I'd like to say that the rooster was being attacked.
Yes.
This thing,
Your Honor, you will
created-
notice that the story starts with my client being
Yes.
attacked.
You
sounds
created
like-
a fear for yourself.
Yes.
She is the Karen of roosters.
She's
Now the rooster's a troublemaker. No.
she's the robber. She's the robber who goes, and then I was trying to hijack this person. And they
He pulled out a
gun and started frothing. I was like, oh my gosh, I will never hijack again. Cars are cool, but hijacking is horrible.
I like how-
Hijack victims are the worst.
Drivers are also
Drivers are just- so I'm scared of them now.
that's right.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for your support, my sister. Very long message, but we'll carry on with what you said. Do you guys have anything?
Lizzie has said, "Fuck the rules."
I was trying to think if I have any fears.
None.
Oh, it's so hard. It feels weird saying that because I feel the same.
Animal fears.
Like an
snakes.
actual.
Like a snake.
Oh, but I think she's talking about anything.
Are you scared of a snake in a certain scenario, or are you just scared of snakes? Because my mom can't even look at snakes on TV.
Right.
My grandfather was that way. He used to work in the sugarcane fields, and snakes crawled up his pants, so they used to tie their pants.
Oh snap!
So like he put the fear in me.
Right.
So like that guy, a grass snake, he will break the shit out of a grass snake.
Yes.
There's no thing.
Because
of-
people with that hectic of experience,
Yes.
the way they tell, my boy, you're going to wear shorts.
Yeah, a snake
my-
is a theory to most of us.
Yes, but also the snakes. You know when people go, "This thing's not poisonous," I go, "But it's a snake."
Yes,
I
gotcha.
don't need the poison.
To feel uncomfortable.
No, it's a snake.
You're here.
But otherwise, I don't know if I have fears. I think I get nervous.
Around.
I find myself getting nervous in weird situations.
Do you know
I
what?
have a fear
I-
of. I have a fear of groups of white males.
Oh, man.
I'm not even joking. If I'm walking somewhere and I see a group of white males, in my head, I don't know, maybe it's a movie I watched back, I don't know what it is, but I just see a hate crime potentially happening.
To you.
Of a certain
Yes, to me.
age. Of a certain age.
Just
or-
if they look like they could hurt me.
Okay.
Really? Even
Yeah,
now.
I just realized
2020, February 26, 2021.
And you asked this because racism ended when?
Racism didn't end. Racism didn't end, but you did grow
I know.
and things did change, but you still have
But
that.
it's something that I only think about in that moment, and then my life goes on. I don't sit there worrying about groups of white males.
Yes.
Yes. But if I'm just walking somewhere and it's just me and like, yeah.
The boys there, I just want to open the gate.
Oh, okay.
But we can carry on. You know what my fear,
We can pause it.
the crazy thing about my fear is that I only have fears when I think about how crazy my life is. When I don't think about it, I'm just living it.
Right.
When I go, I am a single dad of 2 boys, divorced comedian in South Africa, needing to pay all these
Sounds
things.
horrible.
I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do? That's when I go, my life is impossible.
I have that only for a moment, then I realize, what would I be doing if I didn't do this?
Oh, Sunday morning things.
Cleaning.
Yes, loving their
It's
bikes.
proper like,
Shit.
buddy, what do you want to say? Quickly though.
I want to say, I thought you said you were going to talk when we go to Solano's place. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And I'll tell you everything when I come. He wants to go stay at
A friend's.
Lebu's son.
Oh, okay. Who was here last time?
Yes.
Okay.
So at school, he was like, he wants to go to their house. He's like, when can we go to your house? Because Lebu and I went to fetch our kids at the same time.
Alright.
Then Lebu's like, anytime. Now his head goes,
Now.
yes. I'm like,
The only time is now.
yes. I have to have a whole like 5-minute thing about you have to come through me first.
Yes.
Because if you ask someone if you can go to their place and they say yes anytime, you still can't just go because then
Yes.
you have to talk. I have to explain how
Parenting. I found it amazing that you take the time to explain all these things to your kids. I'm like, we were just told no. Like even now when you said, please keep it down, I thought that was it. And you're like, because the microphones, I was like, no, they just need to keep it down.
Yes.
The
The reason is crazy.
We were never told. We were just told, don't come into this room until you tell you. There was no like, because we're discussing adult things. It
Yes.
was just like, don't come into this room.
Do you know what? Do you know what the biggest lesson I've learned, but I'm on now as a parent who's going to therapy because things that happened to me as a child, I'm learning have affected me. What I'm learning is I'm not gonna be able to stop making mistakes with these fuckers. But the only thing, in terms of how our parents raised us, the next best thing I can do is include communication.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm late.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm late. Like my father was late.
Yes.
And his father before him was late. But the addition is, hey, my boy, I'm late because.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that does something.
Yeah.
So that when they're old, they can take communication and with their kids add something else.
That's beautiful, man.
I don't have that.
Speaking of communication, let's
Yes.
hear the next voice note coming from Tabo T-Boss.
Hey.
He's got his surname here. Tswana surnames make me feel white.
Do you know what's crazy?
They really do.
When they changed the name of Port Elizabeth, ne? To Gqeberha. And people were like, oh, no, white people. I was like, oh no, there's millions of black people
who are
don't know how to pronounce that.
Right.
There's people of color who also going, hey, what the fuck?
Yes, bro.
Port Elizabeth was easy.
Yeah,
Because people forget that the 11 official languages,
because that's what it was.
11 official languages are different languages,
Yes.
people.
It's going to take a very long time to get people.
So
saying that.
Tabo Munahutla.
Nice boy.
He's probably sitting there going, what? Let's hear from him.
Is this the dope ass podcast WhatsApp?
It reads.
It doesn't look like it. The profile picture is just something crazy. But if you know those guys, forward them this voice note. I just want to say
That's
happy
polite, though.
belated birthday to Loyiso.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, wish you all the best for your old age.
Yeah, correct.
But you had your moment, but this is not your moment right now. I'm talking to Robbie and Tats. Bring back the catch-up sessions on Instagram
Okay, I see.
live. Bring those back. I used to love those sessions, and yeah, just bring those back. Don't neglect the audience that you built with those sessions.
Sure.
So yeah,
Oh, no longer when I'm afraid of the night, 'cause I look to the night.
I feel chastised,
Yeah.
because I feel chastised.
What?
No, just in terms of.
So I wasn't listening. I was listening to what song is he listening to?
Oh, he was like, we must bring back the lives because we mustn't neglect the people. And I'm only resonating with it because we did start from like the abyss
Yes.
of lockdown and this new
Yes.
pandemic, and we don't know what we're doing.
Yes.
And that's literally where we started. So I feel challenged when you said
I get that because they were there for it.
They were.
You guys are
Fucked up.
You guys were a great TV show that just ended. It was actually better than a TV show because it was personal. It was
Yes,
like we're
very
keeping
personal.
each other company during this tough time.
Yeah.
We get that. They'll discuss this on their own, apparently.
This nigga came on the dope ass show to talk about the catch up on IG.
Hurtful.
I'm sorry, nigga.
He started with polite and then he's like, I see what we're doing here, but
And that's why he said happy birthday just to go,
Take the production that you've added, the value that you've added to what you guys do,
I
and
mean-
bring it back to Instagram Live.
we want the crusty ass,
the
pixelated ass.
He's
Tats in his car because he can't be in his own house.
he's the guy who meets Ronaldinho and says, Ronaldinho,
Do you know-
do you remember you used to play on the road?
We
Don't
need to play more
forget-
roads.
Don't
yeah.
forget, don't forget the road.
People, and this is an interesting thing for us as artists, the three of us and all over the world, in terms of our relationship to people who connect and are attracted to whatever it is that we do. I'm now talking about us as well as any artist in the world, where people go, I found you here. I was in a certain
I
place
love
in
it.
my life.
Yes.
You were doing a certain thing in yours. And man, that's where we could. And then a person grows and does other things.
Yes, it's hurtful, bro.
And some people go back to, because I'm almost now philosophizing it, but I'm going, is that fair of audiences to always want, because it is an always
No,
want.
but I understand
Yeah, because you're a consumer of art as well. I guess.
because I know, bro. I remember an album that opened up my musical search was Robin Thicke's album when he was still called Thick.
Wow.
Yes.
A Beautiful World
The long hair.
with the long hair because it was other.
Was he on the
Yes.
bicycle?
On the bicycle.
So it opened my mind to other music because that album was mad eclectic.
Right.
And then his next albums were more, it became like a little more pop, and then it just became the R&B that sells, which is what I wasn't looking for. I was like, because in my head, I was like, I found a guy who does this amazing eclectic thing. Imagine what he's doing by the next album.
Right.
He's going to be doing other things. And he didn't. He slowly went into the stuff I wasn't listening to. And I remember getting touched by it. I was just like, why would you leave us? Why would you go to where everyone else is and leave us who are like looking for something else? So I get what he's saying.
Yes.
I totally get it.
How do you respond to that?
I've always felt from doing that show that it needs to be something that is you can do after the lockdown. So in the sense, the podcast is something that has longevity. When we were doing that thing 11 p.m., it was because everybody's at home.
Right.
So I'm
Now
good-
people are slowly getting back to life.
right. So now I'm like, I can be with you and not just at 11 p.m.
Right.
Got you.
Because nothing's really changing apart from, hi, thanks for logging on.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's different.
And no one even
and
says that because it's mostly
Yes.
Is that how they watch us?
no. That's what you look like while you wait for maybe the first person to jump on.
That's why I
what
play music.
That's why I hate being the first
Right,
person in
right.
a live. You
Dude,
see someone
have
just
you ever walked in? You know when you're looking at
Many
stories?
times. Claudine, many times. And I logged the fuck out of it.
Oh, bro.
Hi, my Rob's bye. Claudine knows herself.
You refuse to be the first.
No, I refuse. I'm just
But
like, man.
I'm also laughing because everyone watching knows this shit. When you're going through your stories and you accidentally bump into, the problem is not bumping into an Instagram a live that's happening. The problem is bumping into a live that has few people and you know the people on it.
Yes.
Then it's like, oh no, I didn't mean to come here.
I bumped into one. A friend of ours' girlfriend was doing one, and she was going hectic into politics. But this is like a Saturday afternoon,
Right.
and
No time for
and I just saw, and then I went, "Hey!" She gave me a shout out. Waited for the other person to get in, somebody else to get in.
Yes.
You figure out who. You figure out.
Was it one person?
I was there. Then I was like, also she's cool, man.
Oh,
it's
that's
just like,
hilarious.
you know, because she was going on like she has an audience.
Yes, because they have to perform.
Yeah, so politeness. I was like, I'm gonna stay here. As soon as the one king out, bro. I was like, let me go find that ass I was trying to find.
It's so funny. I had the same experience, but the relationship with the person was different. So the person went on.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this person never goes on. I give it. And then I went on, and then I was the only person there. But because I have a crush on this person. So I was like, I'm gonna stay because it means
I will be your hero,
I was
baby.
communicating and all that. But in my head, I'm going, this is like a guy thing. And I'm like, but now you know I'm the guy who's there. You know?
Social
Hey
media.
guys, always hoping. Always hoping.
You play games because there's a girl.
Guys.
Early days of Instagram.
It's guys, but we need to heal.
Yes.
Because I'm also like, I'd do it again. Continue, sorry.
I was like, I'm gonna see if this girl likes me. So she used to follow me, so I made her stop following me. You know when you go, where you can block a person and then they automatically they unfollow you.
Oh, wow.
And then I unblock them. So now they on the Insta, they still.
Or will they make an effort to follow me?
So then I was like, let me go see
Wow.
if I'm that person for
Wow.
you. And then I saw
That's
them
how
looking
deep
at
the game
stories.
is.
I was like, I got you.
Why did you do it?
I just wanted to see if I was getting the right
You wanted to
feelings.
see how committed she
Yes,
was.
I wanted to see, because she'd comment on things. Then I was like, let me see if it's you just friendly or you look for me on your thing. Because sometimes there's some people on social media, I'm like, what is so-and-so doing?
Yes.
And you go to
And I
them.
go and look. So I'm like, let me see where I am in your life.
Let's see where our listeners are at.
I think she's blocked me now, though.
Now that she knows who I am.
You just made me realize we need to heal so much.
Yeah, so much. So much.
Okay, help
Let's
us.
listen to Mandy.
Mandy.
Maybe, who we have no intention of sleeping with.
I don't think I have a friend in my life
Named Mandy.
who I have a female friend in my life that I haven't. And when I say considered, I don't mean like, I mean like,
Thought about it.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's normal, no?
Well, it's bastardized
Especially
and
when you're in
demonized,
a
but I'm uncomfortable saying it out loud. But but it's one of those things where I'm like, really, Dad? And I'm like, to myself, I'm like, yeah. Every female friend I've ever had, that thought has never not been in my brain where I go, will I, would I, how would I if I did?
You know what?
And I love them.
You know what? I think you're allowed your thoughts. I think a shitty person is a person who can fight the thought if it's a shitty thought.
A shitty person is a...
So we've all thought horrible things. What makes you a good person, not that you didn't think a horrible thing, is that you chose not to do the horrible thing.
Right.
We've all thought horrible things.
Well, what makes you not a person who did a horrible thing?
Yes.
It's not you did the thing and now you're a horrible person.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's not whatever.
Okay,
though.
Socrates.
But it's not Socrates.
And now Mandy.
I've been disappointed by female friends. You know, when you go, this person's hot, but way out of my league, so I'm happy in the friend zone.
Grateful.
Then
Then they go,
grateful to be
you
around
never even, and I had a crush on you.
But but then she started dating, and you know, and you see the guy go, no, man, I could have the fuck. I need to believe in myself more.
You
What
need
the
to
fuck
believe
is
in
this?
yourself
That's all
more.
it
That's
is.
what it is. You need to believe in yourself more, like a construction worker. Let's listen to Mandy.
And also, before it's sad because they are very well-meaning, integrous, family-caring construction workers.
Yes.
who don't do all of the things that society goes, and they whistle at
They
us.
got in the frame of the moment.
Yes.
There's a guy just out of frame going,
Yes.
I don't do all of that.
Guys, come on.
Yeah.
But the
Anyways,
camera cuts before he says anything. He has no lines in the movie.
construction workers are perverts, period.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to say thank you so much for sharing parts of yourselves and parts of your lives with us on a weekly basis. It's been great to have something to look forward to at the start of the week, and I just want to wish you guys well. And thank you for inviting us into your worlds. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Mandy.
Amanda's
Could
probably
be Amanda. Or Mandisa.
Oh,
But
yes,
it's
that's
Mandy.
true.
Yeah.
She had a lovely voice.
Lovely
Yes,
voice.
once you got over it.
Yeah, no, but she also can picture her reading stuff. Like I could fall asleep. She can read what do you call it?
That I get lots of those ads, those sleep and a famous person reads you a story or some stuff.
This James Earl Jones reads the Bible. I want to actually listen to that.
Yo, bro, you convert.
Yes.
In the beginning, I believe.
I believe it all.
In the beginning.
She has people with distinct voices in entertainment. For me, I'm always intrigued by the origin story because I go, yes, this is great now, but I know people. And I know that when this first arrived on the scene, it couldn't have been like Louis Armstrong's voice, or like even Barry White, in terms of like.
But if you think about it, it's the distinct voice that is what people look for, because there's 1,000 people who can sing as good as Beyonce, but they all sing. There's a generic way of singing in every genre, but Beyonce, you know, it's Beyonce. Immediately.
Yes, but you know entertainment, bro. You know the majority. You know, sadly, even when I say this, I'm like, the sad part about at least South African entertainment, and I think the world, right? The artists are the artists, and the majority of the people who support the art in terms of business are not. So anything that is outside of what is making money and profit and building the label, blah blah blah. Very few people take to it.
Got you.
So it's not. So when they do come on the scene, they do. It's not an instant. This is different. Let's make it sell.
Oh no. I don't think it's definitely not the only thing. But if you listen to the greats, a big thing even in rap, is Dre. When Dre, one of the big things Dre loved about Kendrick was the quality of his voice. He was like, this is already.
Yes.
He's set apart. And that's before the lyricism and stuff. He was like, okay, cool. This is a voice that's...
Right.
And it's one of those elements people don't think about because they go, I got a friend who can sing. And it's like, yes, but when we're selling stuff, one of the boxes that's really big to tick is the you sound different.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
The interesting box.
The interesting box. Let's go to our next listener. SM. Oh, yes. SM.
Yes.
What did you go to see?
Where do we get the BD before that?
Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are good.
Oh no! I want the BD back.
The funny
Give me the BD back.
that I heard on the Dope Ass podcast was the story that Lloyd was telling about how he got punched by a bounce in the face. And then Kat said that since Lloyd was seeing the stars, like the bouncer probably had like cocaine and weed on his face, so that shit was fucking funny. I remember I laughed at that shit for like 2 hours. Like my girlfriend had to tell me to stop laughing and shit. It wasn't funny, but I couldn't not stop laughing at that shit. But there's a lot of other stuff that was like fucking funny. But I only remember that one because it's like the latest one that I saw. Awesome. But like I miss with the podcast so much. Robbie, Lloyd, y'all niggas are funny. Tats, yo, you funny as fuck, nigga. But away, guys. Thanks, man. Keep it up. Love the show.
Thank you, SM.
It's so hard.
I feel like when I heard the there was a BD in that one.
Because now listening, I'm like, I'm a person and I'm going, because this is what we do as our lives.
Yes.
And this is someone saying, hey,
I
what
appreciate
you
your
do
life.
with your life?
Oh,
What you
dope.
doing for your life?
Right.
It's done something.
Hey.
So I get like, that's great.
He's not just interesting, he's interested. Cam.
Have we had any?
Cam's got his girlfriend on WhatsApp, so he's a good man.
No.
It's hard to cheat when you got your wife as your WhatsApp picture.
Or he's trying to make right after cheating. That could have been changed after she found something.
Bruh,
I'm not praising that mother.
I'm trying to find the positive in our people.
I don't know what point it is that I got in my life where nothing means anything outside of what is
what it actually is,
of what is happening.
Because you've also bullshitted your way through certain things. So if you think about how you've known you're wrong with something, or you not letting everybody know some shit, and you're carrying away, so you go
projecting.
Oh, there's other people doing this.
Am I projecting my bullshit on people?
Also partly
Because
we don't know. We don't know the truth.
People are happy in relationships. I'm like, bullshit.
Yes.
No, bro.
Yes.
Been with this person. It's me. You're right.
Listen, maybe he even tells us about his relationship. Let's hear him out.
How's it, my dope ass gents? It's Cam from Durban. Robbie Tata Madinga. It's crazy how you're able to share your experiences in life in such a light-hearted manner.
Oral.
This shows in Zanzi that we can laugh looking back at our own stories, and that truly we share more experiences than we normally would acknowledge. Thank you, gents, for the type of laughter that has made me pull over on the N2 to compose myself, but in the same breath has slapped me square, questioning my worldviews as a white man, like learning Vernac just as a leveraging tool. So share it, gents. Fagalo Season 3.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Oh shit. Say no more.
No. Say more.
That was fucking amazing.
That was.
Oh fuck, that was good.
I appreciate everything about the fact that he took his time. He took his time to write that for us. Is amazing.
You know what that did? Because we were just discussing what these comments are making us feel. That made me go, oh, yes, season 3.
Right.
It was going to happen, but now there's more reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know
that
what?
he could laugh. He could laugh at himself listening to that part and still get the message.
Yes. Fagalo Season.
Because that's from ages ago, bruh.
Thank you, Cam. Man.
I feel like Cam's girlfriend was holding the paper while you read that shit.
That was proper. That was proper, babe. I can't say this. But you know why I stopped it? And what's his name? Cam. Appreciate you, brother. 100%. But it's that South African thing of putting so much more, I don't know what it is, merit, or we get overjoyed when white people do things in South Africa. So Jay something does the kwasa. And then when the guy from Liquid Deep does it, it's not the same.
Yes.
So everyone's learned from us, bruh. Yes. Everybody.
Yeah.
People have said voice notes.
No,
but because he's, and I'm gonna say it, and Cam, I love you. Because he's white, and because he heard a thing that we said and resonated with it, we get more excited.
I got excited because it's on top of the actual learning behind it.
Yes.
So it wasn't, he didn't just go, guys, I love your podcast. Hey, Fagalo Season 3. It was, I love that you guys taught us this thing, and then he made a joke out. He constructed a bit. That was a bit.
Yeah.
That was a standout.
Okay.
Bit.
Well thought of.
Yeah, well thought of.
Thank you, Cam.
That's what I was like, oh, well done on that.
Other people are telling us about chasing chickens, and thank you, Cam. Well done, no, thank you.
Why are you hating on
I'm just fucking around.
Why hating other people? Why help hating people?
Let's listen to more.
This is great. Thank you, Cam. That was amazing, bro.
I think we got 3 more.
Fagalo Season 3.
He's got such a Durban, white boy.
Immediately, I was like, not in Joburg. As soon as
when you heard that, because it was at Durban.
That's Durban. That's straight up. Yeah.
Durban has different accents.
Yeah, fuck so.
Durban's different.
Durban is
because you even as a colored man have a different accent. Like where I go, I guess Durban isn't Durban is the people go Indian when they think of Durban. If they're looking for Indian references, they don't go to colored or even white.
No, yeah.
You know how fucked up it is that colored people don't even acknowledge Durban colored people from around the country. So like I always get that thing of you from Cape Town, and it's not coming from ignorant white people. It's coming from everyone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Durban's another place, bro.
And what does that? Yeah, I guess that's true because it is like, and Durban colored people are a very significant and cultural.
And their presence is felt in Durban. It's not like you don't it's just the
significant part of Durban.
Yes, it's casting directors who don't acknowledge Durban colored people.
But in Itumenga, like in terms of Durban colored people, what have you done?
As a people.
as a subsect of people.
You know, the crazy thing is, it's even difficult to answer because they've not documented.
Right.
So shit has been done.
It's absolutely not nothing. Absolutely. It's documentation.
It's just the documentation of who did what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also we don't know. Okay, anyway.
A lot.
One more? Squeeze in one more?
Let's squeeze. How many? 4 minutes. Yeah, let's squeeze in one more. You guys are great, man.
Yo, Christopher from Pretoria here. The most topic that resonated with me is when Loy and Ted are talking about the village, because I'm from a village. Like when Loy talked about talking about his father, giving him ideas about doing a farm in the village, about how it's hard for him to go back home sometimes, how we need to get the car. All those stories about the village, man, and the the beatings and everything. I resonated with those stories and I liked it.
The beatings, man.
The most important thing you guys are doing now is like giving a greater infrastructure to the future comedians. I mean, looking at what Gariso, David did from the start, followed by the other guys like Trevor Noah, and I mean, you guys are out there. You are really inspiring this other generation to be what they could be. You know what comedy could be in South Africa, man. So keep pushing, guys. Keep doing what you do, man.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, bro. You know it's amazing. I think he's the
Chris
fourth
Collins.
person now. The fourth person who has corrected himself from swearing. It's like, you motherfuckers don't listen to what we say on the show. Like, how many swear words are dropping?
The other chick was like, she said,
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, the one we did yesterday. She also like censored herself, and I'm like, that was weird for me.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I think it's the politeness. South African people are actually very polite.
Yeah,
conservative.
The respect of, yes, it's your thing, but
this is not my house. They
Yes,
called
this
it.
is not my
They
house.
called
This
it
is
to
not my
someone
house.
else's house.
I know that at my house
but
this
is
I'm
not
also
my house.
aware that I'm not there now.
Yes.
that's what always blew my mind in sitcoms as a kid, when people would walk into the house and just open the fridge. I'm like, you didn't even. How are we doing this? This is so rude.
Did I miss something?
How are you doing this?
Thanks, Chris, man.
Thank you, Christopher.
He had an authoritative voice.
He did, huh?
Like, he looked like when he speaks, you just go, okay, Chris has something to say.
Or it's the kind of voice that's that, or Chris has something to say. I got a babysitter. If there's something.
Well, check. I'll go out if Carla goes out. I mean, like, I love you guys, but we already spent the whole day together.
I feel you.
No, I'm kidding. Also, I hadn't asked Shalane, so I'm just like, kind of left it with the baby.
It's now evening. It's now you're going out on a Friday evening.
Yeah, I've just gone out with the boys. Baby, I'm going to come back home later. It's like better if I go, hey, on Friday, the boys want, you have to
What
say
about
so.
it's a finale? After
See, this is
year
what
end.
this is what the boys do now. Man, come on, man. Just tell me.
I'm trying to.
He said what he said. He said what he said.
I said it like anything means anything to a
mom at home
with a kid. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Come, return.
I've cooked.
Yes. No, I hear you.
All right, let's listen to our next girl.
Yay.
Patty, so this is Pat. Let's hear what this pastor to say.
What up?
What up?
This is Patty from Joburg. Absolutely love the dope ass podcast. Been watching it since day one. I think you guys are fucking hilarious. I sometimes think that I'm like your friend. I connect so well to you guys. The content is ridiculously good. You guys are funny. And also I think the one thing that stood out for me is like you guys talk a lot of shit. But there's so much depth, man. There's so much depth. And I keep remembering it's the story you tell yourself. And you guys check each other all the time. I can't wait for the lives. Thank you. Keep it going. It's fucking awesome.
Hey, she opens fridges when she gets to someone's house.
Yeah, she was fucking awesome. I actually liked it.
That's so good. Oh,
Great,
the way she said, I can't wait for the lives. I was like, yo,
Yo.
girl, you think you can't wait for the lives.
Right.
Oh,
It's
lockdown. Lock it down the catastrophe.
This is really nice, guys. Thank
This
you.
is really nice. This is more for us now. We're just
Yeah,
recording.
no, I've decided
I was actually thinking, I was like,
Just for
is
us
this
now.
now becoming a tribute show?
It's hard because we did this.
Yes, but it's also like if you're watching this thing,
Right.
I don't know at what point which
go-
voice note does
do
the
you give
viewer
up?
go?
Oh,
Okay, now these guys are just listening to compliments. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You're
When
right.
do we
We're
go?
just watching one big masturbation.
Yes,
One.
these guys are.
At some point, it's going to become that. But I'm also really appreciative.
We appreciate you wanking us. Thank you for masturbating.
As we're going
us.
into our last wank. This is the one before you go to bed.
I feel like that's what Shaka did. Like Shaka had days where he just said, "Everyone come to my hut and tell me how good I am."
Why Shaka?
Because if you know Shaka's story, he like when Shaka's mom died, then he buried a bunch of people's moms in the village.
Yes,
because he said you must all feel how it
My
feels
pain,
to lose a
yes.
mother.
This is a true story.
It's a true story. So
By buried, you mean killed?
in the mass grave. It was a mass grave.
Well,
His
let's say they didn't survive the burial.
it was a
Let's just say.
a mass grave and mass grave and the mom's body was there and then he put other mothers and then said and he because he didn't want to he was crying he's like you guys must all feel what I'm feeling right now. That's
like because you're from Durban. I also feel an extra level of I must believe you.
no we used to, so school outings was always to Shaka Land for a very long time and but also it's like those things of when you go this is not textbook this is an old Zulu man telling us these stories.
A friend of mine, Nandi's mom, just rewrote the history actually.
Is it?
With like depth and deep, like proper, like a lot of rewriting and.
When you say rewrite, it sounds like creating in my head.
No, like just like there's the history books we grew up in had an agenda. Even our history books,
yes,
they're like it was skewed a certain way. So she was kind of like, here is the Shaka story. Let me actually write one officially with the research and the.
Who is this?
Nandi. I forget her surname. So her mom wrote it. It's come out. You can just Google it.
The real Shaka by Nandi's
Nandi,
mom.
who's married to what's his name? The man.
Thibaut Touch.
Thibaut Touch.
Oh.
Nandi was married to Thibaut Touch.
But the other thing people don't ever cover is when they say we were colonized, they don't understand that the African tribes put up a fight. Shaka and them were chowing English people.
Yes.
They had to bring more.
In fact, the Battle of Isandlwana was the first battle that the Redcoats lost in their history. The Redcoats being the British Army. That was the first loss. They lost dismally.
And these guys these guys had spears and shields. These dudes had cannons.
Yeah.
So
and people don't understand the significance of a defeat from a British army in South Africa because there's no Ubers here. So the we're gonna hit them back is long and planning and I feel like the Zulu people are the ones in terms of South Africa who have put us on the map. in terms of the world. Like in terms of
people know.
Yes,
Zulu.
we have all the cultures.
Yes,
very nice.
Oh yeah.
But just like Cape Town is, yes, we have many cities. Just like Cape Town is the one that that makes the world go, hey, look at that place.
Right.
Zulu people are the people that
are the reference point.
Yes.
Yes, they are the reference
point.
And then we don't. The thing is, closers are probably at the same level, except they don't know closers. All they know is
and Madiba.
And Madiba.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Don't ever forget.
Who's still in purgatory?
Apologize, man.
Say sorry now.
Can stay in jail for 27 years, but can't say sorry.
Everybody has a straw that breaks a back, not just camels. Enough! Apologies and
enough of this
forgiveness. Let me in!
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just picture Hitler standing in heaven with popcorn. Just say sorry. I said sorry. I said sorry. I promise he forgives. Just
dude, it works.
It works.
This guy's a sucker for an apology.
All he wants is a sorry.
Eating popcorn by the gate.
Best friends with Martin Luther. Hitler's having all the. Even now, it's crazy that his way.
Martin Luther's like,
forgiven.
I appreciate your organization skills.
You got the chess tournament.
Just walking around. I didn't mean it. I mean.
All right, Lisedi. Let's hear what you got to say to us because we're loving you guys.
Hey, what up, gents? Great show. I only have one thing to say, and it goes out to Tat, and it's Kiwi.
These
niggas.
I didn't know the name.
What is
that?
Kiwi.
Remind me.
It's Lisedi, so we have this running joke. I always meet him in these random parties, and it's always full. It was always full. So there's a lot of scuffing of feet. So we eventually came up with this. He's in this advertising ad for Kiwi. We were like, there's so much fucking scuffing in this place. I wish they could. Kiwi would be great. And then you have this scene where people are scuffing shoes, and then the guy gets home after the party, shies up his shoe, and the thing is Kiwi, because these niggas, man. Because these niggas, man.
That's funny.
Shout out.
I don't know why I wouldn't come across the one from Bob.
Bob?
Jeff.
Oh.
Jeff, the Magnificent.
The future of South African comedy.
The future of South African. Yes, Shabalala.
Dude, I went to an improv. I went to a class of Jeff's.
Yeah, bro.
It was myself. Farhan was there. I think Pops was also there. Dude,
Is this the one with the incident?
Oh, I don't know about it.
Oh,
okay.
It's same class, different year.
Different year.
Oh my.
Different year.
We can't tell it.
Off air. That's definitely off. It's not about anyone here, so we can't tell the story of.
And it's
Jesus isn't here. No, he is. No, he is. There he is.
Sorry.
He is.
He's joking. Imagine Jesus was petty.
No, Jesus will just go, I was going to cure your pals, but okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but Jesus is just petty. He doesn't hurt you. He just goes, now that memory stick is going to disappear.
All right, that's funny.
Find that.
Now your battery's on 1%, unfortunately.
Just a petty Jesus.
Petty Jesus.
Oh, is that an Uber 1% battery?
Uber's cancelled again. You're late now, unfortunately.
When you're hungry, can you load shedding? It's come like, guys, we didn't.
The whole country's like, they don't even tell us anymore.
Petty Jesus.
Petty Jesus is the one. You're not gonna learn. You're gonna be frustrated.
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna.
I don't want you to learn
a lot.
anything. There's no lesson yet. There is only my power.
The only lesson
and your
is don't
frustration.
say that shit again.
Yes, it's just petty.
Upset. I feel like upset stomachs are the work of petty Jesus. Why is my stomach upset? It's a stomach.
It's always the same thing. What did we have last night?
trying to find the food that upset just that. Like a broccoli walked in, hey, fuck you, intestine. Oh, man.
Petty Jesus.
I wonder how he feels about this.
Upset.
You think so?
This your stomach
But
tomorrow.
is that not because no one's ever told us that he laughs and dances?
Also, because I
That's
also go
the only
sometimes I'm
reason
like,
where I go, he's not laughing.
Would you still love Jesus this much if you saw Jesus dancing, but he had no rhythm? would his miracles now sound shitty?
I'd be upset
Yes.
with him.
If
I'd be
Jesus
upset
can't
with
dance,
him. I
like,
won't
oh,
lie.
man.
I'd be like,
Yeah, it would be like but you gave Michael all of that.
Yes.
I'd be like, yeah, he's a cripple. Do something with the cripple.
Switch the music off. Do something with the paraplegic. Please.
Stop dancing.
This is painful. Do something with the paraplegic.
That's so far. Sorry. Just wondering.
Petty Jesus. I just picture Petty Jesus with a bun. Like a bun. Just got that weird swag.
No, but it is
because Jesus. If he had long hair, I'm sure he did styles.
That's the thing, bro. He had long hair.
Yes, but I'm saying
He just had Mary Magdalene braiding his hair sometimes.
I just pictured a line of people, Jesus chilling on the stoop and Mary Magdalene praying.
Dude.
Okay. Jefferson.
Eyo. And yazi ndibhizi ndikustressa nge-technically as if ngizawuthetha into enkulu anayo nento enkulu. Could you guys please wear grey and white?
Yeah.
Could you please wear grey and white? Just like color coordinate, grey and white. That's it. That's my only request.
Hey, fuck Jeff, man.
And then I'll highlight after the season is done.
Come on.
He's helping us. He's helping us. He's going, visually, this would be more striking if you wore white.
But let's also let the viewers know that person who just said that voice knowing Jeff is an amazing director,
amazing.
actor.
He's the guy who said he's the future of South African comedy.
Yeah.
So when he says
sees
that,
other shit.
when he says that, it's coming from a place of knowledge.
Right.
Yes. So I listened to him. I was like,
Yes.
maybe we should wear.
Yeah.
My head is, we're going to do that.
I want to listen to Ola. Again, I know we recorded it and then we had technical difficulties. But it's such
What do you think about Jeff's thing?
What?
Have you guys even thought about wardrobe?
I've looked at it. It's nice when it looks coordinated, I must say. But it's normally when we're all wearing black. There's a nice thing about the uniformity of it.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want to overthink things.
Yeah.
Because
There's
also
nothing about this thing that since we started, there's nothing about this thing that's overthought.
No.
And it's a crazy thing to say out loud because it is what it is and does what it does. And I think sometimes as artists, so funny, and in religion, you never want to give people, it's almost like the fear of saying a very simple thing to someone and letting them run with it because you're scared of what they'll do with it. God is forgiving and he loves you. Go, live your life. Oh, no, but you know what I mean? It's too,
Yes.
I feel like that's what religion and control is.
it's too powerful either way.
Yeah, it's like, that's why every time you go on Twitter, I find this, where if you say something, there's always people who go and or but and don't forget and include, because no one is just happy with
the thing.
God is love. Continue living your lives.
Yes.
You can't just do, well, no, what? I could, you know what I mean?
But the lesbians. Remember, one of my all-time favorite memes is
shucks,
is
man.
Jesus talking to a crowd, and he goes. It's been a very religious episode, but Jesus talks to the crowd and he says, "Love everybody." And someone goes, "What about the gays? Did I fucking stutter?"
Fantastic. I'm not gonna go into it. Let's continue.
Ola from London town.
That's our boy.
Hey guys, this is Ola. I have enjoyed not being a comic and just going back to being a fan, listening to you guys, man. If I was to point out all the moments I've connected with, all the mind-blowing moments that have happened, it would be much longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I think the easiest one to put across is Black Time in Suburbs. T-shirt. That was a moment of inspired hilarity, and I just can't wait for more of them.
Thank you, Ola.
That means more because he is one of us.
Yes.
And we've taken him out of the thing.
Yes.
Hola. Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
I was at his he invited me to his child's naming service.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But
Where
on,
was
on
this?
Zoom.
On Zoom. Oh.
But it was one of those. So he literally sends me a message,
He didn't invite me.
No, but you've met Ola?
Met Ola.
Not here though.
We met Ola.
So I met Ola when I was
Switzerland.
No, he wasn't in Switzerland.
Yeah, that's why I met Ola. I met Ola in Switzerland.
He didn't
at Montreal.
Okay.
I think it was the year after we went together.
Okay.
Yes, it was the year after we went.
So I met him when I was going to do gigs in a foreign land.
Oh, okay.
So the way I think because why I feel closer to him is because I met him from that, like he hooked me up. I was doing like
it's not a competition, but yeah.
No, in terms of the context.
No, I'm just saying you're not winning anything, but I understand.
Yes. So I was doing gigs in England, all over England, but it was like predominantly white spaces. Ola is the guy that plugged me into the probably one all black gig that I did.
Gotcha.
So I remember when
that's the one that's on YouTube now.
Yes,
that's fun. I like watching that.
And he made me do Funbi's gig. Funbi is another comedian from Dude, I remember walking into Funbi's gig and hearing R&B and going,
it's a lovely feeling, eh?
Like the doormen were black. The first people walking in the music was black. I was like,
familiarity is a powerful thing.
But you also forget how
not
many
a bad
of
thing either.
Yeah.
your people are around you. In South Africa, you forget that you're a majority.
Right.
Until you go there.
Gotcha.
Because even the States, I was thinking in Harlem, no black people until I got home into Harlem. But otherwise, like
staying in Harlem
for a month, bro.
That also hits me after a few days.
Harlem is black.
After
Okay.
a few days in New York, if depending on where you are, because I'll stay with my friend in, I forget the area now. It's in Brooklyn, but it's like become like highly gentrified.
It's at Whitey McWhiteyville.
Yeah,
yes.
Now it is. Yes. so it'll hit me sometimes where I'm like, oh, I'm the minority here. Like it's just like, oh, back home, my people are everywhere. Now I gotta go to my people.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I had the most freedom. I'm not gonna say fun. I had the most freedom, and this thing actually makes me think of how what's this city in South Africa that wants to be its own country?
Cape Town.
Oranje, sorry.
Yes. Same.
It makes me go, the reason why we argue with Afrikaners in South Africa or white people in South Africa as black people is not the fight of preserve your culture or preserve your language or stay together in your things. The fight is make it accessible for us. In terms of you trying to be together, don't also put plans and ways of keeping others out.
Got you.
It's not about
in a place where we've agreed that it's for all of us.
Haven't we agreed that this South Africa?
Yes.
And I say haven't we agreed very loosely and very generously because
by living and abiding in the rules.
The thing that we said we're doing after the guy said we must do it. That millions of people didn't want to do, but we're doing.
The machetes. Yes. That's Gola. Gola. It's a bum dial.
Gola saved my rant.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Gola.
Are you guys having a drink or what?
We're literally wrapping up. We've got 1 minute left on the recorder. Wrap us up for the season there. Say something to end the season for us.
Hey, what a wow.
Hey man, why am I involved in your podcast?
Because you keep calling while we're doing it. That's how.
Nigga, I called you guys fucking 2 hours ago.
And we were doing it. Now we're doing
And
it
then
still.
and then you said you'll be done in about 30. Fucking horrible time management.
All right, so that concludes the season with Gola saying...
No, Gola, please do, Gola,
literally, we got 10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. You out of here, bitch.